The Joe Cronin Show.
I hope you hang your mother. This country sucks! This place sucks! CNN masturbated all fucking day. Dude, I will eat your fucking asshole out and then spit it into your mouth, baby bird style. Who wants to go? Call the show. I'll fuck your ass! I want to kill myself! If I think it sucks, I tell you!
The Joe Cronin Show.
Oh my god, I can fucking feel it! I can feel it coming down! Jericho! I was waiting forever for YouTube to start because there was a problem with the YouTube fucking app. It wouldn't let me go live. Now we are live, everybody! The fuck's up, everybody? It's actually working now. Holy shit. What's up, everybody? I was sitting here bored playing guitar waiting for the thing to stop spinning. I'm sure Jake DeMarco's on his way, but I was sitting here bored just strumming around with the guitar. It was like YouTube was thinking like, oh, we're going to start. YouTube is like dealing with something. Give us a minute. Like, I've never seen that message since like 2014. So I sat here just fucking around, looking at my screen, waiting to start the show, staring at Jericho photos, and I was fucking like... And my dick is an empty hole. Like, and I was like doing Eddie Vedder voice, like, my dick was an empty hole and I will drag you down. And I was just fucking I was literally sitting here being a fucking asshole, just waiting for YouTube to goddamn fucking start, goddamn it. What have I become? What have I become? I become it. Like, what the fucking, dude, I'm so bored. Like, come on, fucking. I become it. I really fucked up my guitar. I fucked up my guitar, guys. I'm sorry. I become it. This is not the way I plan on starting the show. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so fucking pissed off at YouTube right now. It took me 15 minutes to get on the fucking air, and I just totally took my guitar out of tune, too, so this is fucked. Well, those are out of tune. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Out of Nowhere. Jake DeMarco is coming in via fucking parachuters. He's coming in from the top of a building somewhere. He's flying down. There's so much wrestling to talk about, it's almost insane. And I think I may have completely out-of-tuned my entire guitar, smashing it around a minute ago when I was off air, flipping out over the fact that YouTube was shit. This is Out of Nowhere, episode 183. There's so much shit I feel like to talk about, it's almost unbelievable. And tonight, at the end of the show, I am going to take your calls, if there are any tonight, about wrestling. There's so much to talk about. We have a couple polls to get to. We're going to get to those and so much more. Stay tuned. We're getting ready. Drop it. Grab a drink. Grab a fucking... Grab a Coke. Grab a beer. Grab a fucking ice pick and smash yourself in the head if you watched AEW the other night, or WWE Raw for that matter. Is the women's division screwed? How can we fix it? What can we do in AEW? I want to know from everybody what the hell's going on tonight. And we didn't hit our goal last night, so I'm re-upping the goal tonight. This is Out of Nowhere 183. Jake DeMarco's on his way, and we're going to talk to him. We're going to talk to you guys, and we're going to blow each other. So let's go. Our show sucked so much the other night, but we won the ratings war. We've got women's division that sucks, and we stare at their cunty big butts, even though we will suck. I'm in a fucking mood tonight, motherfuckers. How's everybody fucking doing? Oh, shit, I'm on my old name. No wonder Jake's not calling in. I'm on my fucking old name. Fuck me. I'm on the wrong Skype, man. I'm on the fucking wrong Skype, I'll be here.
Oh, cleaning up my system there.
Shut up, Tommy. No wonder Jake's not in here. What the fuck is wrong with me? I'm a fucking retarded. There we go. What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? Want me to dump this water on my crotch? This 8-bit is nasty. I'm feeling this fucking 8-bit right now. There we go. Fucking goddamn Skype. Yo, I just want to beat somebody's ass to this song. I don't know why. It's not even that crazy. It's just, I just want to fight people. I'm so down with this right now. Fuck am I doing right now? Jake DeMarco, welcome to the show, bro. It took me 50 minutes of trying to figure out what the fuck I did wrong to get you here. What's up?
I was sitting in Discord for 35 minutes figuring what the hell happened.
I was like, oh, I'll just do Skype, and then I was like trying to get it to work, and I realized I was in the wrong Skype. So yeah, I was in my other Skype. I thought maybe I'd stay on it, but now then I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, my bad. I was in that. I can always jump over to Discord though in a few seconds here, but yeah, my bad. I fucked up. It's like loading and downloading Skype shit. I'm sitting here just like I went live. I don't know. I don't know what to do
with the thing just spinning. Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. No, it was before that. That was something with YouTube where I couldn't go live. It was like make sure you check off the fucking security measures or something, and it like made me do all this bullshit to go live, and it wasn't there before, so I'm like ready to go live, and then I wasn't ready to go live whatsoever. So
yeah, hey, I wonder if it's something with their terms of service update for
it was something
live streaming.
Yeah, there was some kind of thing I had to like sign up, like whatever. It was weird. It was like
there's new terms you have to agree to.
Yeah, it was crazier than usual. It was like they were like saying like for everybody under 50,000 subscribers. And under 10,000 subscribers, they have already signed this. But like now we're getting around to the people that it's like, what?
Yeah, I had to do it.
What the fuck does that mean?
A week ago.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know, but I'm like, okay, cool. I'm on the board now too, I guess. Anyway, there's a lot to talk about tonight. I got notes down here for some stuff.
Are you ready for the penultimate Royal Rumble for Cain Velasquez to get his rematch against Brock Lesnar?
And a fat Darth Maul should have stopped.
Come on, that's got to make you so excited.
Hold on a minute. I didn't hear what you said because this donation came in. I guess I got to pause the donations again real quick. My bad. I didn't know. I don't know why that played when I had them paused. What's going on, Spaz Phoenix? Dusty's looking down like, damn, I had a twink and a fat Darth Maul should have stopped at the blowjob. Oh, my God. Jesus. Let me tell you something. Never stop. Never stop. Just let him go all the way, Daddy. Let him go, Daddy. Let me see that.
Let him swallow.
You talk about hard times. His fucking mouth was on my... Okay, I'm sorry. That's not even like his biggest promo. Somebody went over that recently, and we talked about that, and it's like he was very true. That went like viral on the internet.
Yeah, later on, but
so many more things. Yeah, it's so weird how that happens. Somebody made that point. It was a great point. I forget who that was, but if they're out there listening, hey man,
hats off to you.
I remember you, sort of.
just not by name.
Just not your name. Yeah, I just don't remember your name. But good job anyway. Besides that, yeah. So Yeah, a lot of shit to get to. But what were you saying about Lesnar and Velasquez?
Aren't you excited? That the penultimate Royal Rumble, the UFC rematch that we already got that no one gives a damn about. I mean, we had heard it before that they wanted to have a match, obviously with Lesnar at the Royal Rumble, and then they wanted Cain Velasquez, but they weren't sure that he would. I don't even know. It was weird. You hear different things, but basically what I heard is that they kind of soured on the match at this point because they figured they could get more out of having him in the Rumble.
Right.
But I find it so odd that the champion's in the Rumble without putting the title on the line.
But what's with the Velasquez thing? You saying something I don't know about?
No, it's just it's being reported more so now. Velasquez was originally scheduled to face Lesnar at the Royal Rumble, but WWE canceled the match. And this is intended to be the build towards the rubber match by getting Velasquez to show up and eliminate Lesnar, and that allows them to head for a WrestleMania showdown with the Beast Incarnate.
Wait, to win the Rumble, or
he won't win the Rumble? He'll just be the one to eliminate Lesnar.
Okay, so the big moment of Lesnar being eliminated will go to Vasquez.
Yeah. So once Cain goes ahead, Cain Velasquez goes ahead and he eliminates Brock. Brock will, likely flip out and go back in, beat the hell out of him, maybe even eliminate him, and it'll be a total fight. But
what the hell are you fucking kidding me, dude?
Then someone else will go on to win the Rumble, and that's still listed as Roman Reigns from what I've seen. But
please end my life.
And then Roman will go up against the Fiend at WrestleMania.
I want to have my life ended.
And no, Derek, he said no. People are talking about Punk at number 30. That's not happening. Punk is not in the Rumble.
I believe
Triple
Edge
H
more.
said before that he's open to the idea of him and AJ coming back because it's good for business, but they have not discussed anything. So
I'd be more. I think the Edge thing is better. I don't care about it really, but
Edge could still come back into the Rumble. It might not. They want to tell two stories basically in this Rumble, which I now kind of understand what they're going for. Mm-hmm. But
yeah,
I'm unfortunately not crazy about either one.
So that would make Brock super powerful up until the 22 spot.
Yeah, then Cain Velasquez would come out somewhere in the last 10, eliminate Brock. He'd be one of the few surprise entrants, and he wouldn't go on to win though. Somebody else would win.
I almost think they do the Sid thing with Lesnar pulls him out then from the outside.
That's what I was saying. Then Lesnar would go ahead, come back in and eliminate Velasquez.
They do the WrestleMania 8 thing, yeah.
Yeah, and then that's how they get their match at Mania.
And I say WrestleMania 8 because I can't remember what year that Royal Rumble was, but it was probably 1988 or 9. I don't remember. 88, maybe 89. I don't know. Fucking, I can't remember. Oh no, it's probably 92. Actually, I'm crazy. It's probably 1992 Royal Rumble. So my bad. I'm double fucking stupid. I mean, I am dumb, but wow. Infowars.com. No, I'm just kidding. People are writing that in the chat.
Retarded.
You want to know something? You want to know something about this? Well, they want you to be distracted by all this wrestling. That's why they cater to the lowest common denominator. And they were loving in the late 90s when the WWE and the WCW, they fight each other. And 11 million idiots glued to the TV like, oh, man, I can't wait till he slams this guy, slam that guy. It's a very sexual thing. It's all gay, homophobia and homosexuality in the background. They start to train people. They start to mesmerize the children. They watch these big, muscly guys. That's why they allow all the steroids. They put the steroids in all the stuff now. They won't let the professional athletes take the steroids now, but they'll give them to kids in their food and their milk and all their fucking their food and everything. Kids are growing hair on their body earlier than they ever grown before. And having their periods younger. They got pimples all the time. And that's what the WWE did. That's what the WWE did. Oh, look at that body, that physique. I got a Speedo rustling and grappling around. It gets little kids very sexualized. They start getting horny, masturbating at an early age. And that's what the WWE
did. Steroids.
Infowars.com. The 80s were full of homoeroticness and gay sex and love and underage fucking. It was a big thing back in the 80s. Sorry.
As far as, like Derek said with Punk, I think Jesus would rise before Punk shows up in the Rumble this year.
Somebody wrote Nympho Wars in the fucking...
E-Hill. He's turning me into a sleazy lawyer.
God damn it, what I want to tell you about what the fuck is going on with Obama. Well, I told you he was a demon. I told you he was a sick son of a bitch who eats her own shit. By the way, I found out who Alex Jones was because one night I went on a rant back in 2015. I went on a psychotic rant about WWE one night, and people started writing Alex Jones in the chat, and I was like, who the fuck is Alex Jones? And then I went and I watched this video, and I'm like, oh, it's my dad. I mean, it's fucking great. I mean, dude, now like the guy should have been a wrestling manager. But anyway, back to whatever the fuck you were saying.
He has that, high charisma. Certainly could, wrestling would have done him well. No, honestly, it's just that the sad part is, okay, they're trying to get their rubber match with Kane and Lesnar, which I don't think many people care about as much as WWE thinks people care about it. Was that really a high focal point for Crown Jewel? Did people really give a damn about Kane Velasquez showing up and facing Lesnar?
No.
Because it didn't feel like it was that trend-worthy and newsworthy. I don't remember people going nuts for him debuting on Fox. It just didn't feel. It felt very lackluster.
No, I don't.
I don't remember it being that big of a deal. I feel like Tyson Fury made more of a splash than anything.
The ratings on Backstage are so fucking weird, but they don't.
Yeah, those are.
But they're minimal. They're minimal too. They're kind of low, but every once in a while they jump off. But like they went up for the Miz. But not much.
But comparatively speaking, because weeks before they had holidays and not really done much. So
yeah, you're right.
With the Rumble now, they get two kind of stories with it. And originally, I was more focused on having who was going to face Brock at Mania.
Yeah,
but that's not the full story they're going with. You'll get that. We'll end up more than likely seeing Kane Velasquez come in. He'll eliminate Lesnar. And then we'll get somebody else to win the Rumble, but it's not going to be a Raw person or someone going for the Universal title.
Right.
Because we're going to get Kane and Brock. So that's already taking up that spot. So it has to be somebody going against The Fiend now. And I don't think Edge fits that storyline. I don't imagine Edge is going to come back and go for a title match. I imagine he'd be doing some other type of feud.
What about this story that maybe Keith Lee is going to... What about if Keith Lee won the Rumble?
Keith Lee, I could see, even going for the Universal title. That'd be a good match. But I would rather see him take on Lesnar. It's a mess that they basically removed that chance. If this is the case, if this is set in stone, then it's really unfortunate because now whoever wins the Rumble is supposed to choose who they want to face. And that choice is taken away. So
I don't like.
In kayfabe's things, but still, because we already went ahead and have Lesnar's opponent set up in storyline.
I'd agree that I'm definitely not going to get into the Punk thing. That's fucked.
No, that's not happening. And everything with Tyson Fury, he's not going to be in the Rumble like people had thought because we already know he's got the Deontay Wilder fight. That's going to be the 22nd of February, I believe.
It's before the Rumble, I think, though.
No, it's February. It's the 22nd of February.
I didn't know that. Well,
so
maybe then.
That's why they're waiting. And WWE is kind of in a holding pattern for him because if he wins, then Vince will go ahead and do something for Mania. But if he loses, Vince is not going to throw money at him. So
yeah, I get. Yeah, I mean, I suppose
we said this before. But,
yeah. Well,
I know that they enjoyed what he did at Crown Jewel, and he made a big splash at the Saudi event. But if he loses on pay-per-view, they're not going to have any interest in him, according to different news sites and just obviously common sense.
They really should have never, if they were going to do anything like this, they should have never had him in Saudi Arabia because
they should have held off to Mania.
That already made you saw it and you went, oh, this isn't it's not as interesting as Goldberg.
Yeah,
Goldberg was more interesting, and he, this guy's beat him in the octagon, but it's like the Goldberg shit is still more interesting. Hey, the first thing we got to get to tonight before we get to anything else, I put out a poll. And I won't tell you what the poll results are. So you're going to have to tell me what you think. I put out a poll. I said, overall, so far, who has the best show overall so far? And by the way, anybody can still vote for this. It's up on Patreon right now. Anybody can vote for this on Patreon. tonight. But next week, I'm going to put out a poll tonight. We're going to come up with a poll tonight, and we're going to put it out on Patreon tonight. And then you guys can vote for it all week, and we'll come back with the poll results next week on Patreon. But, Jake, who do you think won? Who's the best show overall so far? AEW, NXT, both the same, or did not watch either?
I would say NXT.
You think the poll results will be for NXT, just they're the best?
Yeah, for overall show, yeah.
All right, I have the poll results so far. This could change by the end of the night. But so far, 40 patrons voted. That means there's still 300-something of you guys that can vote. It's up on the Patreon app right now. It's like one of the third postings down. I put it up earlier today. If you're a patron, there's 400 of you. You can vote. Right now, AEW is leading. Of all the best shows so far overall, AEW is leading 43% to 23%. And actually 15% said both of the same. And 20% said they didn't watch either.
Yeah, see, honestly, I look at it as that people might find reasons to enjoy AEW a bit more now and then, but NXT has definitely had the very consistent show. You've never been outright disappointed watching NXT. I haven't had one episode of NXT go lower than a 7 since they've gone live on USA.
Right.
It's always been good. There's always been a great match. There's always been some good story. You know, some weeks were better than others, you know, especially when they were ramping up for, War Games and Survivor Series. They're missing a little bit of that character, aspect like AEW has and some more in-depth storylines. But all in all, consistently, you're getting the better show out of NXT, no doubt about it.
Right.
AEW is trying different things, but they've been all over the place. You've had one really good week, and then we've had 3 pretty crappy to awful weeks. I feel like they've had more negatives than positives overall, unfortunately.
Yeah. And I would say that I have been more of a supporter recently of AEW so much that it makes sense that a lot of the listeners, a lot of AEW listeners are gravitating toward me. Because I do throw them for a loop when I bury the show like I did last night, and then the NXT people come out. But what people really have to understand is that I like both. Like, I really do. I listen to a guy's podcast who does, I'm a big Diablo PC gamer, and I listen to a guy who does a podcast about Diablo and about Path of Exile. And obviously, like, they're sort of enemies right now or whatever. And the guy, sometimes he loves Path of Exile a little bit more, but he loves Diablo 3 still. And, I get that. I don't mind it. I like, sometimes his opinion sways, but I don't get pissed if he goes one way or the other. And I'm the same way. Like, I like NXT, obviously. And, like, the main issue that NXT sometimes has, the problem is sometimes it's a little bit too much of always the same, but it's always good, so it's hard to argue with it. But AEW has been just, like, erratic, like, from, like, very good stuff to terrible shit, to very good stuff to terrible shit. And the WWE main roster, Raw and SmackDown, is, like, a lot of times ridiculously horrible and boring, and every once in a while something, like, funny or fun happens. But it's, like, so I think the main roster of WWE is a little better comparable to AEW. I think AEW and the main roster of WWE are more in competition, really.
Yes.
And NXT still feels like an anomaly that's like giving you something that's sort of just always consistent and cool, but nothing too crazy either. So it's...
Because they're still learning. They're learning, and that's the thing.
I mean, I think that they've...
Even people that are 15-year veterans in the ring, when they go to NXT, outright state the fact that, hey, I don't know which way to face for the cameras. I don't know how to operate in the back. I have to learn how to do, there's so many different aspects that they're not.
And that's an ongoing thing because they know, the people filming it know by now. They've been there long enough.
No, I'm saying, so the stars, so it's still a learning environment. Even when you have a wrestler that's been in the business for 15 years, NXT is still a developmental.
No, that's a good point, you're right. Is that they're all, like, no matter what, even 2 years later, they're always learning because there's always a ton of new people who are there. And
exactly, and the turnover is pretty great in terms of new wrestlers constantly coming to the roster, so they're ever learning. And that's the thing. A lot of people say, oh, now they're equal to the main roster, but they're not really. I mean, it's a proving ground, and it's a chance for them to be shaped and molded to what Vince would want them to be when they go to the main rosters.
Yeah, I agree.
So I wish AEW and WWE were head to head like Raw and Dynamite or SmackDown and Dynamite. That would have been more interesting.
Right. No, dude, that's exactly what I'm starting to feel like. I think if Dynamite was up against Raw, I would be much more inclined to be like, God fucking Raw, what the hell? And I would turn the station, like almost to see what's going on. So, yeah, let me play a donation. We got to play some Pay the Bills here, motherfuckers. Something that, I've said off and on for the last 7 years. Sometimes you got to pay the bills. You can go look up those videos and watch me pay the bills years ago. It's amazing.
Hell yeah! We are so happy to see our Thomas join the show again. We are also proud he's trying sex to lose weight.
Oh, boy.
His farts have been releasing excessive gas building for years. Shout out to the Girdles. Girdles are our local clansmen. I mean neighborhood watch.
Oh, my God, no.
Shout out to the Girdles.
Yo, Mayor of Black Mountain, I just want to say to everybody in the chat and all around the world, shout out to the Girdles.
Shout out to the Girdles.
Thank you. Shout out to the girls. Thank you, sir, for that donation. There's more coming in. Thank you to the mayor of Black Mountain. Thank you.
I'm gonna leave this briefcase right here. I'm gonna leave this briefcase right here. Fucking, I'm gonna leave this briefcase right here. Fucking, I'm gonna leave this briefcase right here. Ha ha ha. I'm gonna leave this briefcase right here. Son, run, run, you fat bitch. Run, 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 you fat bitch. Run, 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 you fat bitch. Run, 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 you fat bitch.
Run.
Run, you fucking fat bitch.
Oh, my God, what is that he left on the ground?
Don't you think I'm a fucking terrorist? Run, you fat bitch. Run, you fat bitch.
Your tracks today.
Never run so hard in all your damn life.
The Soundwave 92. How you doing, Soundwave? What's up, man?
Fat bitch.
Jesus.
Here is an idea to get the belt off Riho.
Okay.
Get the Jaeger bomb on air, you dress him up as Nyla Rose and then have him power bomb Riho like it was Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Oh.
Bomb. There, I solved your problem, you.
That's right. We could have the Jaeger bomber show up early and take out Riho. What a
Taking them
great...
all out. She said she's leaving. She's going. She's
Shout
going
out
back
to-
home.
Yeah, dude, that tweet was so fucking weird. Soundwave 92, thanks, man. I know we got some more to play in a second. I will play them in a second, but
She
yeah.
can't stand the criticism,
No, that's not even it though, right? She just literally was like, I'm going back to Japan. But the tweet, right? It's like so open-ended. That's what you're saying is like, what? You're going home?
Yeah, it was just at such an odd time when all this shit was coming towards Kenny Omega in the women's division. So
Yeah, like the whole women's division is under fire. Everybody's angry about it. And Riho tweets out this, which I will go back to
shitty
Japan.
timing of all, if that's all it is. But
I will.
it makes it seem like there's more to it.
I will go back to Japan. It's like, but she, she didn't mean like I will go back to Japan. She meant like, God damn it, I just choked on water. She meant like, well, it's time to go back to Japan now, I guess. Like that type of thing. Like time to go back to Japan. But it's like unless they're setting her up to be heel. That could be something that they just decided to. They may
Or
have.
she's saying like, fine, if you don't want me, I'll just leave.
I think this is just her English not being the greatest. I think this is her being like, I will go back to Japan. Like I think she,
yeah, probably.
I honestly think just substitute that with time to go back to Japan, like that type of thing. Like, and because people down below just like fucking shitting all over. Well,
Even
she's a
saying just
bad
that,
champion.
Like you said, just that timing is awful.
AEW's part-time champion Rio, like people are just shitting all over her. And honestly, dude, when I saw that, that's what prompted me to make the video I made earlier today that literally got 1,000 views in 15 minutes. Probably because everybody watched it like 7 times or like 200 of you watched it 90 times. Yeah, here's my video. Hey, the AEW women's division is a disgusting fucking mess. Ha ha ha! Share this video, you fucking assholes. I also had something to say about Cain Velasquez in the car the other day. I think we should watch this too. This is pretty funny. He also saw this. He's probably gonna
quite well.
He's gonna kill me if he sees this. Which
Bring it.
Looks like he did.
Why do people want Cain Velasquez to come out 30? That is so stupid. He already beat the shit out of Cain Velasquez. Cain Velasquez coming out 30 is dumb. Like, if he comes out 30, you're just like...
Cain Velasquez coming out is dumb. Like, I'm just mad. It's dumb.
Okay, here comes this loser who sucks. Cain Velasquez, I hope you fall down a flight of stairs, you boring, scowl-faced idiot. All right, I hope somebody puts your mother in a Kimura lock in front of you and you shit yourself.
Oh, my God, dude. Oh, my God. I hope someone puts your mother in a Kimura lock in front of you and you shit yourself. Like, what the fuck?
That's a great line, though. But that's the thing right now, you know. Again, now she's going back to Japan, so we won't have the women's title on TV for another few weeks or months, whatever it ends up being. It's just so inopportune, and that's kind of the epitome of everything that AEW's women division is right now. Just inopportune. Nothing feels fully fleshed out or properly planned. It's unfortunate. And like you said, there's so much criticism and valid criticism nonetheless. But, I mean, there's a bit of vitriol and hate mixed in there, as there always is with the internet. But
I mean, nobody has to be...
And they're just ignoring it.
Nobody has to be mean to Rio. I mean, like, but I don't know what you want. Like, what do you do? I mean, when you're angry at the character and that person who's the champion, I mean, as long as you're not saying stuff, because obviously she's doing what she's told to do. Okay, like, this isn't really her fault, so there's no need to like write mean things to her. But but writing stuff like, you know, maybe you should defend the title, like, ever, like, or whatever, you know, like that stuff. I don't mind that. I think that's good. Because by the way, when people are talking to Rio and being mean, I don't see it as they're personally really attacking her. They're attacking her character and not her actual character of her, but like the character she's playing, the booking she's in. The people are telling you what they want. They're viewing her as a heel. The people have now the people view Rio as a heel. So like, it's
and that's not how it should be at all.
And even weirder, that fucking cunt sucker came from under the ring the other night. The Luther. Oh no, look out for Luther. Hey, you know what AEW needs? Fucking 90s deathmatch indie guys. That's what. Oh my God, it's Luther.
We don't have enough of those. You know,
the independent deathmatch guy from the 90s you didn't know about. Is this what they were planning? I mean, is this what we were supposed to be getting? Did you guys miss the memo? Oh yeah, AEW is going to be getting the best talent around the world. Oh yeah, does that include 90s deathmatch independent wrestlers? Wow, this is fucking great. What a good idea. Luther is obviously friends with somebody, just like everybody's friends with somebody. Jim Cornette was right. Oh, we'll just sign all our friends, and then we'll have a good old wrestling company, won't we? Yeah, just sign old friends and suck my own dick.
That's what it's turning into. And
Jim Cornette was right.
Before, he said NXT has been around for 7 years. AEW was, not even born, but they get their ass kicked every week. It's not the same, though. NXT has evolved over time. It started off as a reality show that then turned into, basically they scraped the barrel of FCW and were full out, training. And then it became a internet show, and then it became a weekly show, and now it's on TV. It's pretty much the same run as AEW has had as an actual full-fledged TV show. So you can't say that, they've had all this time and they're getting their ass kicked, because it's not valid, to make that kind of statement. But
I'm sorry. I'm laughing like a lot right now in my own head, because I'm looking at Luther.
Oh, I know. It's ridiculous, and it doesn't feel like it fits with what they're going for. Why choose him? Why bring him in? What does he add to any of this?
Well,
like you said, let's bring in our friends, and that's really what it feels like. So
why is this guy here? Is he looking at her ass right here, by the way? Is he thinking about sucking her ass right here? I mean,
had to suck somebody's ass to get in there. So
everybody, we want everybody to join our group. Join our group. Join our group. And then, like, the funniest thing was, every segment was like, join our group, join our group, join our group. And then the ending ended with Dean Ambrose oh my God, John Moxley joining a group, but then no, he didn't. But this is like the whole fucking show was the Dark Order join our group, the Nightmare Collective join our group. Is there another one too that I'm forgetting? Was there another one, or was there just the three so far tonight? That
Nightmare
night,
Collective and Dark Order and the Inner Circle, I think, is the only three that we saw.
So there was 3 join our groups happening, like going on in this night, and then and then Luther gets cross-bodied by Rio, and then people cheered for Rio. So that was the first time that people cheered for Rio. So again, I go back to this: if they brought Luther in for the specific reason to make the crowd go, "We don't care about this guy," like nobody cared. This guy showed up, and the crowd.
He also doesn't look scary or intimidating, or he just looks retarded.
Yeah, he looks he looks like kind of like I do. I mean, to be honest,
the
this guy looks like me.
And the face paint, it didn't look intimidating by any means.
Like if I shaved my face and I aged another 15 years, I'm like Luther. Like I'm fucking Luther. I mean, seriously, and I was bald.
At least the Butcher and the Bunny and the Blade were going for that kind of feel, that threatening
that's right.
vibe.
That group too. That's the other group.
But
that's the other group, right? So the Inner Circle wants you to join. The Nightmare Collective wants you to join. And what are they called? The Butch, the whatever the fuck, and then the Dark Order. And then there's 4. There's 4.
MJF's current.
And MJF.
He's got Wardlow.
There's stables running around everywhere.
And the Bunny together, it's like
there's fucking stables everywhere, and we don't know who's going to join who.
And then we have the Elite, of course.
I mean, oh my God. This has gotten out of control. Like, this is like this.
Well, that's the thing, and there's too many
God.
like little storylines that they're not finishing. So, look, the Young Bucks are going to attack the Dark Order, but the Dark Order is going after, SCU, but SCU is busy with the Lucha Bros, but the Lucha Bros are still fighting with the Rhodes Brothers, and it's like, pick a spot and go with it. You have too many things going on. It's a mess. It's hard to follow, and we don't get any conclusions or proper finishes to pretty much anything. It feels like
everybody's in a stable.
Yeah.
Where's the? Let me. And I know that we're harping on this, and I know that people are probably like, let's talk about some other things. Like we've been, you just did the AEW review last night, but we gotta talk a little bit about this.
Dark Order's Exalted One head leader being Marty, because Ring of Honor apparently threw a ton of money at him to stay.
Yeah, Marty Scurll's going back there.
Even if it is just a small extension on his contract that he signed, we haven't heard any official details yet, but he will be at Supercard for Mania weekend.
All right, so let's take a look.
He'll be busy through April.
Rio is the only one. Rio sucks, but she is a singles competitor at least. Jericho has the Inner Circle. SCU is SCU. So there's 3 of them. Adam Page, he's in the Elite. Angelico, we barely see him. He's a tag team. We barely see him. Brandon Cutler, we barely see him, but he's actually technically really with the Elite if you think about it. Jericho, Inner Circle. Christopher Daniels, SCU. Chuck Taylor's a tag team. SEMA, we hardly ever see him. Cody Rhodes has the Nightmare family. We forgot about that. And the Elite, or whatever you want to call it. Darby Allin is a solo competitor, and by the way, he's probably the most interesting person on the roster right now. I mean, aside from the guys that are already really good, like Jon Moxley, Jericho, Cody, and am I missing somebody else? But Jon Moxley, Jericho, and Cody, and then I would say
Jimmy Havoc could be.
Jimmy Havoc and Darby Allin are there for me too. I like those.
But we haven't seen much of either.
Jimmy Havoc hasn't really appeared since he got in that fight. You ever notice that?
Yeah, with the staple gun. I feel like that was the last time we saw him.
No, when he got in the fight at the bar, Jimmy's famous seafood.
Yeah.
No, seriously, after the fight?
Yeah, the after fight, when in real life.
Yeah, the real life fight. We haven't seen him really. I think once, not even. I don't think so.
I don't think we've seen him since then. I think
where the fuck is Jimmy Havoc? They're pissed.
Yeah, because on TV the last time was when he had the staple gun.
That tells you, man.
Wrote him off with the fine of him using the gun. So.
They love Excalibur. They'll never hire me because I've said too many bad things about Excalibur because they love Excalibur, clearly. Dustin Rhodes is with the group The Nightmare Family and his brother. So then there's Evil Uno. Obviously, he's with the Dark Order. Frankie Kazarian, SCU. Isaiah Cassidy, obviously, that's a tag team. Jake Hager, obviously, with Jericho's Inner Circle. Jon Moxley is flying solo, so he's interesting. Joey Janela, he's flying solo. Notice he's interesting. Jimmy Havoc, he's flying solo. Notice he's pretty interesting. Notice all the guys who are by themselves are pretty interesting. Like, I mean, can we just have more?
Because they have to give them a bit of character and, a bit of, somewhat of an intriguing backstory or storyline to go with.
Then we
or
get
else they're just floundering entirely.
Jungle Boys with a 3-man tag team. Kenny Omega is with the Elite.
Like even with Jungle Boy, when he was going against Jericho one-on-one solo, we started to, it adds more credence to your thought here.
Right.
When we go ahead and we got him one-on-one, that was it. So, and really quick, before you keep going, Jimmy Havoc explains what happened in the bar fight with Excalibur. This came out on New Year's Day. He said the report that got put out was totally not what happened. I'm not going to say specifics, but the truth was there was one punch thrown and a sleeper hold, and it's not in the order that the press decided to report. The dirt sheets decided to run with a story that was only half true. When it's all sorted out, there's no animosity. We were all drinking, and how many times you've been out with your mates and something happens. The thing that upsets me the most was how many people wanted me fired, even though Tony Khan was out at the bar where it happened. It wasn't as bad as everyone made out. I spoke to Tony right away, and no one knows what actually happens, or no one who knows what actually happens cares. So he's saying that there's no animosity and things are going well. He said there's no hard feelings and it's back to business as usual.
Well, he might be right because there's a lot of
haven't seen him.
there's a lot of other guys we haven't seen too, so it could just be his time.
It could just be a coincidence, but like you said,
Jurassic Express is here. MJF is in a group, but he's not really listed in a group, but he is.
Yeah, he's got Wardlow and the Blade Bunny Butcher combo.
So they got their stable, the Blade, the Bunny, the Butcher, and Wardlow and MJF. They don't have a name, but he should. Jurassic Express, obviously Matt Jackson, not only is he in a tag team, but he's also in the group, and he's an executive vice president. And we got another private party member, tag team. Michael Nakazawa, he's a singles competitor.
Well, he's tied up with Kenny Omega.
Yeah, he's always involved with them, though, so he's with a bunch of friends. Orange Cassidy, actually, he's with that tag team, with Best Friends, right?
Yeah.
So he's even with somebody to make a threesome. And then,
and initially, he started to be a little bit intriguing, but it's just been the same shtick over and over and over every week. Hands in the pockets, a few kicks, and he either gets waffled or he jumps out of the through the ropes.
Again, Pac is pretty interesting, and he's on his own, I believe.
Yes.
Peter Avalon sucks because the librarian thing sucks. I mean, Peter Avalon's is an okay wrestler, but I mean, it's just that librarian thing sucks. Pentagon Jr., obviously a tag team. Ray Phoenix tag team. QT Marshall, I mean, like with a singles competitor, that's good, but we don't see these guys. Sammy Guevara in a circle. But notice all the main guys we've been seeing the last 4 weeks are all in groups. Like, these are all guys in groups. Sean Spears was a little bit interesting at the beginning, and he's not really in a group, although he has Tully in his corner. But everyone is affiliated with somebody. And Sonny Kiss, where the fuck is Sonny Kiss? Where the fuck is Sonny Kiss?
Didn't we see... I thought we saw Sonny Kiss briefly last night, but
I think
when the women were fighting, I thought...
Yeah, but, like, where's the...
But we haven't gotten... I mean, there's so many people that haven't had any attention paid to them. And this was one of my worries when the show started to get off the ground initially, was that they need to have the focus on Jericho and Cody and Moxley to get the viewers to turn in at all. But it's only 2 hours once a week, so there's not enough time left to do anything with everybody else. Right. And therefore, they're not making new stars. They start to, like, look at Darby Allin. He faces Cody, then Jericho, and you're like, all right, we're getting good momentum here. He's making a name for himself. People are painting their faces and bringing in signs and buying his merch, and nothing. We get nothing, Same thing again, they time and time. It's like you start to see somebody begin to take off, but they have to. And it's a double-edged sword because they're not going to get people to tune in if you're not focused on the champion and Jericho. And I get it, but that's why we see so many tag matches and people complain about so many tag matches.
Yeah, it's too many.
Because they have so many tag teams.
Yeah, there's not only tag teams, but there's 3-man teams. I mean, this is just make the Freebird rule immediate because every team is 3 people. Yeah,
and it's just so... I know they have to focus on a good deal of the elite and the inner circle, but I really wish they could find a way to even it out more. because right now they really haven't made any new stars since starting. I guess the one you could say is MJF. Everyone else was pre-established.
Right.
And MJF was somewhat notable, but I feel like he's the only one that's gotten a great deal of notoriety. And all he's done, what has he wrestled? Barely. He's barely done. All he's done is cut a few really good promos and booted Cody in the balls. So that says a lot about his ability. If they really let him go, damn, he could be truly a top contender. But it's a matter of getting him there.
Yeah, I mean, I hope they keep doing more with him. He's been pretty good, but
they need to do more with a lot of people, especially the women's division. As we started
immense.
off this whole thing with, I don't know why they chose Riho to begin with.
I don't get it either. Oh, because Kenny Omega wants to bang her or something.
It has to be, because I thought that they would have gone with Britt Baker, honestly, to start, or Sheeta.
She hasn't been very good.
She's
either,
over as well. But
Sheeta, dude, should be the fucking champion, or that even the what's her name, Statlander. I always Statlander. I always fuck her up the name. Nose. She's better. And anybody, like any one of these people would be better. Rio is not been good. Like not.
She's unfortunate. There's a language barrier, so she's not connecting with the crowd, and she's not able to, really give these stellar promos. And
people are just pissed now at this point. This is a nightmare women's division. Let me play some of these donations though.
Super Chat Party.
Our buddy Spaz Phoenix, $20.
NXT was asked to build Survivor Series and War Games at the same time. Now they are building Worlds Collide Portland and helping the UK build their show for Sunday. Raw, SmackDown and AEW can't do that shit.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like it a bit. The ratings edge is going back to AEW's way, but and I'm still watching more AEW than I am NXT, even though I think NXT was the better show. I've been more interested in seeing what AEW does. It's weird. I don't know why, but I can't explain it. Spaz Phoenix, thank you for the $20 Canadian, man. Spaz Phoenix podcast on Spotify. Go check him out, man. He's got more stuff coming. He's doing a lot more now with his stuff. Spaz Phoenix is the top guy right now as far as donations go, so we're going to put him up there, and he could take home the difference.
Oh, cleaning up my system there.
Yummy.
Oh.
Yummy. Yummy. Yummy.
Yummy. Hashtag shout out to the Girdles.
What's up, Shell? Thank you for the $11, the new $11 Yummy donation. Shout out to the Girdles.
Shout out to the Girdles.
Oh, gross. There is nothing Gatekeeper Drew will not do, and there is nothing that Gatekeeper Drew will not suck, apparently. So thank you, Shell, for the $11.
He gobbles everything.
He gobbles. Yeah, he spits it back, too.
Every one.
He was so excited to be in my house, Drew was, that he just went right at me. He went right at me. My wife was in horror. She was like, wow.
She was shocked.
And I said in horror, not horror.
Shut up and bend over. Finish it.
Yeah. Oh my God, don't finish it. Please don't finish it.
I'm going to finish it. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Oh.
I personally liked NXT this week. It had more character building, which is what they have been lacking. The wrestling was good as usual. Out of 10 for me. Tony Storm gives me a tingle in my unmentionables.
Ooh. Wow, a 6.5 out of 10 for Mickey K9. What up, Mickey? I gave it a 7 this week, actually. I gave NXT a 7. I gave AEW a 5. And that was my lowest rating ever for AEW. But
do a little basketball dance off the concrete.
There he is.
I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers. I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
What even are the women of AEW doing there? Every single woman who was dumb enough to sign a contract with AEW must be sitting in the back thinking I'm a waste of my parents' sexual intercourse.
Maybe that's why, what's her face left? Smiley, whatever fucking face was?
Yeah, Kylie Ray.
Kylie Ray.
Right? What's her name?
Or is that the girl from, I keep getting her and the girl
That's
from...
Kaylee Ray.
Yeah, Kaylee Ray. I get them confused.
And NXT
NXT.
UK.
I get them confused a lot.
I think it's Kylie Ray is the smiley one.
I can't remember anybody. But, I just know that... Thank you for the $10, Spaz Phoenix. But I know that, the women's division's a mess.
I see Finn Balor to win the Royal Rumble.
Really? Casey is Raw, picking Finn Balor to win the Royal Rumble. Holy shit.
Give me a hell yeah!
Be cool to see
Joe,
the
I have
Demon
a
and the
serious
Fiend,
question. Over the past 5 years or so, how has your audience's views on WWE in general changed in terms of enthusiasm and excitement for the product? Is it just me, or does it seem like a shit ton of people have quit on WWE altogether?
Oh, a lot. Yeah, no, there's no doubt about it. Barfamania. Barfamania, thank you. When I first started doing this, I remember people being upset at things, and I remember sort of going in depth more, reviewing things. I think it was more like, you know what it's like? The way we review AEW is kind of the way we used to review WWE Raw and WWE SmackDown. There seemed to be more optimism and stuff like that back then, that it could get better. There was a lot of oh, maybe they'll do this, hope they do that, and if they do this, things could do this. Or interest in many ways. Yeah.
Now they've conditioned us just to accept it and give up hope.
Now it's like
they've beaten us down to the point of acceptance.
We've even moved past the whole I'm quitting the network. That used to go on a lot. I'm canceling my network, or I'm leaving, or whatever. You don't even hear that now. Now it's just a quiet zone. The only people that are watching now are people that they're just watching to hear the reviews of what's been going on through us, or they're just people that just I guess will never stop watching, that are just miserable. Yeah, but it's so different. It's definitely different. It's weird. There's a lot of different things I could say about the way it's changed since I started this. It's kind of incredible. I mean, going back to even my rants about WWE,
it doesn't have the same passion, because we know, you spend 5 years begging and pleading for change and trying to hope that, fan service would become a regular, in the sense that they would listen, and it just doesn't seem to happen. It all goes through Vince. He's the dam at the end of the river, and he's just blocking the flow of creative. And we've kind of just come to realize that no matter how much you yell, they're not going to listen.
Yeah, and I don't think that, it's weird. They've made these little tiny improvements that were better. And when I started getting angry at WWE, they hadn't gone out and started to get guys like AJ yet, and anybody like that. We're talking about way back. We were, at the time, I was just sick of Orton and Batista and people like that coming back.
But it wasn't a matter of self-preservation. It was just them not, come to find out, down the road, it was less even a desire of, oh, we want this person working for us because they like them. It was more just, I don't want them going elsewhere. I mean, that's really what most of it turned into. Triple H had a vision to procure talent and build up new stars. That's what NXT became. But really, anybody that went straight to the main roster, their idea was just to, basically pull them away from other opportunities.
Yeah, I'm trying to...
Chris in the chat before made a great point. He said, we complained about WWE not having stables besides Undisputed Era, so AEW goes far and wide. And that's kind of the thing with AEW. I'm not knocking them, but it is something that's easily to be observed.
Mm-hmm.
They have taken major complaints from WWE and improved them, but I feel like they just went so headstrong into those angles that it hurt them a bit. We've complained for years that tag team wrestling fucking sucks in WWE.
Right.
It's essentially abysmal or non-existent. No champion looks stellar. There's no set teams. They just pair people together. It's disgusting. There's no real factions in WWE. That was another thing. And then the storylines, we either weren't getting much story, or what we were was rather simplistic and childish. So what does AEW do? They give us tag team wrestling, but they don't just give us a little bit. It's pretty much the focal point. And same thing, we don't have any factions in WWE at this point in time. We miss, DX, the NWO, etc. We've got too many factions. So they're completely. Yet again, we want more storylines. They have too many stories going on that it becomes a mess. So it's like they took the valid criticisms we had of WWE and just went too overboard with it with their company. So they're on a good level. We wanted tag team wrestling. We wanted more factions. We just didn't want all of it to be about that. Hopefully eventually they find a good balance.
Trying to get an idea of what we were feeling. Here's a little clip here. Trying to see what our mindset, what our mood was. And here is my mood from October 7th, 2013. And let's see what the vibe is here. If it plays.
At Joe Cronin Show, and tonight.
Wow, it's like such an old video, clearly.
Nothing's crazier than Mike's Hard Lemonade and bottled water.
I tell you what, guys, tonight I want to know. I want to hear from you in the comments. I want everybody, I don't know how old you are or whatever. Maybe you don't even know what I'm talking about beer or about drinks. But if you can come up with the weirdest...
what am I talking about? Alcohol? What the fuck? Let me skip ahead. Talking about alcohol. Like, what? Come up with the weirdest alcohol.
Having to waste a whole fucking segment on it. I kind of like that.
I'm actually watching the WWE app now, right?
Oh my God, look at that phone.
If you're not watching it, it's they're still rolling. They're still rolling cameras there.
This is hilarious.
Triple H was getting carried out last I read.
Yeah.
There's actually a little while back, the last time Bret Hart was here, they had like a Bret Hart appreciation night.
Waiting for us to talk about wrestling. We're talking about the app. We're talking
how
about beer.
Awesome it is that Brad Maddox is perfectly awkward.
Right. What is up with him? It's almost like they know he sucks. Like, I think he legitimately sucks, but somehow it works.
Yeah, it's great. It's awesome.
Like, so this is way more like, we're way more like, and if you watch all of this, like, you'll see, like, we're way more engaged about, like, what do you think about Brad Maddox is doing? And yeah, they obviously think he's an idiot, so they put him in this position for that position, this position, whatever. And we're sitting there, like, actually talking about shit. It feels like when we talk now, it's all just like, what the fuck are they doing? What the fuck are they doing?
It's less analytical in the sense of like, will they, won't they? What's going to happen next? Like I said, not that we lost that passion, but they certainly have made it less interesting. We don't have the stars. I mean, that's why even when AEW sucks, we had a bad night. There's still points that I'm like, Raw for 2 weeks now has been bad. It's been really bad. And, for weeks, obviously, but the last 2 weeks especially have been terrible shows. Can you think back right now to anything that's happened in the past 2 weeks besides the wedding? I mean, that's the only thing I think would stand out, and that's the worst example of them all. As we're with AEW, I can think of multiple things, and I'm like, all right, well, I still enjoyed this. I still like that. They still have moments where you have these characters that are larger than life. I mean, Jericho was just at, the Tokyo Dome. I mean, there's the same thing with Moxley. That's why they are okay with making these huge stars, and that's what I wish they would do more of. WWE, you don't have any major talent right now that feels like they're at the top.
Right.
You can argue Becky, she doesn't feel like the top. There was a point in time where she was getting there, but that was even stifled. And that's not even directly on her. There's just, you need somebody to go against. Imagine if Austin didn't have McMahon to go against, or The Rock, or Shawn Michaels. No one would have liked Austin. There wouldn't have been a point to, because who would he rebel and revolt against?
Right.
That's the thing. We don't have enough of either side to make you care. The investment is at an all-time low.
I found another video here.
Oh, did you?
Really needs to be a little bit bored. I'm not going to do it. You need to step up your game, WWE. Your women's division is shit. Your women's division is garbage. There's no reason for the U.S. title.
Am I talking about the AEW women's division? Listen to this.
But you need to step up your game, WWE. Your women's division is shit. Your women's division is garbage. There's no reason for the U.S. title right now. Flip-flop that IC title. Flip it into the world title. You gotta do it. You gotta do it now. Hashtag Kablooey.
Yeah, that was when that was 2013 as well. That was when the women's division of the WWE was horrible, and the TNA Impact or TNA, their women's division was crushing it.
Yeah, they were having great matches like with Gail Kim and there's a few others. Yeah, because the women's division was nothing but models and reality stars.
Mm-hmm.
And then AJ Lee was kind of the only one that was an actual wrestler, I feel like. The rest were Bella wannabes. And Adam Ant also made a point. He said AEW hasn't defended any of their titles in over a month, you know, and their inaugural champions still have the belts. So that's a good point as well. Jericho was the original champ, same thing, you know, SCU. And so that's why they do need, same thing with Riho. So they do need more belts.
The Jericho,
they do need,
well, they need a mid-card because the Jericho was expected. We thought he would hold on to that for a while.
Yeah.
You know, obviously
it was either going to
team,
be super short or super long, you know. And
the tag team thing just happened. So really, it's up. The women's time is up. That's the time. That's the title to change. And that's what should have happened the other night. There should have been they needed a title change on that show. And they should have delayed the Brandy story and brought that back in like as soon as the new person won for that to be the story. Because now you can continue with the story they want to do, but now a different person's champion and they can interact a little bit better than Riho can interact. And obviously Riho, then they can have the champion there more and people can stop complaining because a lot of people don't like Riho at this point.
Yeah, now she's going to be, like you said, gone again. So it's like, well, we're back to our original problem.
Right. What a fucking mess.
Truly is. I mean, I'm glad that they almost hit 1 million with the ratings, and I want to see both brands continue to do well and go up in ratings. But I mean, we'll see what happens going forward. I mean, they really have to give you a reason to tune in next week. A lot of tonight was to see, all right, what's Moxley going to do?
Right.
So that's why the ratings were not just consistent, but you know that they held throughout the 2-hour span. Now what's going to happen next week when we don't have a cliffhanger to go off of?
Yeah, there's nothing.
It makes me wonder. So there's nothing that needs to be continued directly. Nothing imperative anyways. So that you know, same thing with WWE at this point. Brock's not around all the time. He's not defending the title at the Rumble. And from what we're hearing, we're not even going to find somebody to face him at Mania by winning the Rumble. It's just going to be another run-of-the-mill story because they're going to bring back Cain Velasquez, and they'd rather have an outsider face an outsider, essentially part-time, you know. It's just... You can be excited, though, because Nia Jax is set to make her return soon.
Oh!
She's not like most girls. She can fit 2 turkeys up her veg. That's right.
Whoa.
She's filming a documentary and vignettes related to her return.
Ugh.
So she'll be back on television soon.
Wow.
Her return at the Royal Rumble seems to be ruled out. Apparently, she's not going to be back that soon, but soon enough. They're definitely thinking before Mania.
I'm actually surprised by that with double ACL surgery. Or whatever the hell she had. I think it was double ACL, right?
She's been out for 8 months, yeah. She had ACL tears on both knees.
How about...
It's 8 months as of right now, I believe.
That's nuts. I mean, she should really take as much time as possible to heal those knees. You know, to make sure they're strong because that's fucking devastating.
Yeah, that's a lot of people don't come back from that.
Also, did you see Kevin Owens make the comment on the bump or whatever the fuck that is? He said,
"Yeah, I actually watched that live. I was out and about going to doctors and stuff, so I watched that live, and they had people from the Beardsley Zoo here bringing animals. That was pretty funny. But yeah, he said that the NXT title he views pretty much above the U.S. title, and he'd love to go back to NXT as well. So
they all just want to get back to NXT, man. Get back to NXT. Hey,
how can you blame him? I mean,
oh yeah, I don't blame him. I'd want to go back.
But he's right. I feel like that is true, and that's how the NXT Championship should be viewed. You know, it should be WWE, then Universal, then NXT, and the rest kind of falls in line. So, it should have a bit of reverence and that kind of high profile.
I also want to say thank you to you crazy bastards out there. 1,010 viewers now. We're back up to the 1,000. We seem to hit 1,000 the last couple of weeks by the end of the show. So thanks for getting us to 1,000. If you're watching right now, please feel free to stick the thumb directly up my ass. And if you guys want to donate to help us to keep the shows going and keep everything floating around here, the Streamlabs link is in the description down below. and all the donation amounts are really listed way at the bottom. All the links are there. You can donate live on the show, PayPal, credit card, whatever you want to do. All the donation amounts are listed, and all the $25 patrons and above are listed down below in the producer level down there as well. Or you can do a super chat in the chat if you want to do that. Otherwise, if you can't do all that shit, at least hit that like button, maybe get us to 300 or something like that. So thanks for joining us, and there's a lot of shit to talk about here. We talked a lot about AEW already. Talked a lot about Riho's bullshit. And
Riho's butthole.
I got one last flashback for you, and then we'll move on from that. But yeah, going back to 2013 again. People want to know what the vibe was back in 2013. Here's one last little clip here of 2013.
Stuff like that while we've been talking. The website is freaking down right now.
I could see the guy who runs it being like, fuck it, I give up, and then just throwing his server out the window.
Right.
Speaking of which, Joe, which website did you think was better tonight for the pay-per-view?
They were all the same, to be honest.
Well, this is back when we had to search for websites to steal the show. That's funny.
Every time I ask somebody, where do you go? I know, right? But even when he comes back, he's going to half-ass it anyway, so who cares?
How many times is Chris Jericho going to leave and come back?
Ask Fozzy.
Yeah, it depends on the schedule and Fozzy and whatever. So he's just...
Hey, give him credit. He's juggling. He's juggling 2 careers, which is pretty cool. And he's doing an okay job at both, you know?
Yeah, I don't mind it, but... and whenever he comes back, it's awesome. Like the first 2 times he came back was brilliant, and then he did the whole comeback in silence thing that he was... You find out that he was... was unbelievable when he flipped from yeah, he's back to wait, he's a heel.
The way he did that without saying a word is going to go down in history as one of the most clever things in all of professional wrestling.
He would point to all the audience, and he would just keep pointing around and around until everyone just kept screaming and pretty much realized they were all making a fool of themselves.
Right.
Yeah. It was almost, I think he likes and respects Daniel Bryan so much because Daniel Bryan did a very similar thing with the yes chants, where at first everyone was like, yes, the underdog, he's going to win. And then the underdog won and his yeses made sense. But then he won the next match and he did the yes thing. And everyone was like, okay, well, he's still excited. And then he'd win a match that he was obviously going to win against a jobber. And he'd do the same thing. And you're like, all right, shut the fuck up. We get it. You win.
Another thing that pissed me off tonight was when RVD, gets the win via disqualification. Then after Alberto Del Rio disqualifies himself and she basically does something against the rules or against sportsmanship, he then gets his music played and then announced as still the world champion. Announced as still
for the people that are wondering what I had to do when Jake wasn't here. There's me I had to have notes. You see, I had to have printed out notes because we didn't have Jake, and I couldn't follow the website to stare at what was the next match. So I just printed out notes. I would type notes during the show and then print them out.
Scribbled in crayon.
The good old crayon notes days. Yeah, basically it was crayon notes. So yeah, but we were so much more into what was going on, even though we were disappointed by a lot of things. Like we were so much more interested in what was going on still. What am I doing?
There was a bit of wonder and excitement left that we don't have today currently.
What am I doing? Wait a minute. What just happened?
And you go back and watch some of them and you're like, what was I thinking? Or what was I saying? Or how did this
Dude, that was the good stuff. It was the good
shit. Yeah. I mean, that was PG, but they did it well. It was weird. I mean, why can't they just do that? Let's take some of that, shit. At least if some of it was good wrestling, like you guys were talking about Bret Hart the other night. I mean,
I thought maybe I'd have a meltdown or something on this episode, but I don't see it. Because I wrote, it sucked ass, and I'm pissed. So I was like, oh, maybe there's a crazy rant in there. Because the old rants some of them are psychotic. I mean.
Yeah, no doubt.
I was goddamn
That's what
crazy.
made you legendary.
But so what,
I got a few things here. Oddly enough, Big Show, he returned this past Monday to help out Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe. And he might be involved likely with the Royal Rumble, but he doesn't want to have a match at WrestleMania, reportedly so. I find that to be puzzling, why you wouldn't want to be involved at Mania.
Yeah, it's
but maybe he just feels like he's done it all at this point and knows that he doesn't want to be thrown into the Battle Royal or something, because there's no storyline plans for him. So
right.
I think he just realized that, and since there's no major storyline, he just doesn't want to be thrown into something else just because. If that's the case, that makes sense as to why, if you're not going to have an important booking moment for Big Show, then I wouldn't want to, just be part of the Battle Royal once again and get eliminated, or to be on the pre-show. That feels very unceremonious.
I don't get why he doesn't get one last, why don't they make a match, a featured thing for him, like a little thing?
Yeah,
something.
I mean, they could, even if it is on the pre-show, as long as it actually has a full-fleshed, thought-out storyline, I'd be fine with it, but it doesn't even seem like that's the route they're going. So he was there strictly for the surprise pop, and that's all they were going for with this past Monday. So
right.
Speaking of Samoa Joe, I thought this was kind of interesting, but Vince really enjoyed having him on commentary. And on the After the Bell podcast, talking to Corey Graves, Samoa Joe goes on saying how distracting it is to have Vince in the damn headset. He said at times it was so distracting. It was really hard when you're doing commentary and Vince is on the headset and he's like, my God, you're the next greatest thing. You have the voice of an angel and the inside of a god.
What the hell?
He goes, I'm like, stop, Vince. I'm trying to do the broadcast. This is getting ridiculous. He said it's really tough. So obviously he's building himself up there as a joke, but still, he said, patting Vic on the back, making sure he's not tearing up or, between commercial breaks. That's another part of my duties and job on commentary, and I didn't know that at first. Jerry Lawler is great. He just does his own thing because he's in his own little world.
Well, yeah. I mean, he clearly is. I mean, Jerry Lawler is just...
But it was funny to have him
jokes.
Not just build himself up, but shit on Vic Joseph by saying that, I got to make sure he doesn't collapse in between commercial breaks due to the insanity. And
right.
Also to admit, which we already knew, but it's got to be so hard to have Vince just in your ear constantly while you're speaking, no less. You have to make sure you keep talking while he's talking about something different. That's
because that's
so damn difficult.
That would fuck me up bad. I would be so mad and annoyed. I'd be like, oh God, I'm just.
Even if you're trying to finish a sentence right now, just to have me in the background being like, well, don't forget, you got to bring this up next, and don't forget, you got to.
Well,
that would.
It does drive you nuts, but I will say that if it's only one ear and it's lower, it's not overboard. Depends on how their audio is. I mean, because I used to get produced, and.
But this is Vince you're talking about.
But
I'm sure he's
Vince,
screaming and yelling.
Yeah, I mean, I never really like it, but you do get used to it a little bit. But yeah, if somebody's not giving a shit where you are and you're talking, and they're just screaming over everything, I mean, that could fucking just wreck you.
Absolutely. Come to find out, the Rey Mysterio storyline that we've been seeing about him saying how he was going to retire isn't kayfabe. That was true. He was going to leave the business, and it was his son, Dominic, that urged and begged him to have one last full go of it.
Right.
And this WrestleMania may, in fact, be his last WrestleMania.
Rey Mysterio?
Yes.
Wow.
He said, well, this is the final run, and I've been quite open about that. I did cut a promo a few weeks ago. To be fair, they wanted to try a couple different pushes with Dominic. But unfortunately, Ray, says I kept getting injured, and then I had to be off TV for a few weeks or a few months. And there was a promo in which I said I was going to retire, and then I was talked out of it by my son. That's true. So that's something that literally happened. So as he said, it's not life imitating art. It's art imitating life. So that's interesting to hear. He said, and it is because his son wants to wrestle with his dad. So maybe we see them as a tag team at Mania with the mask on the line or something like that.
Right.
But we'll see what happens. It seems like that's what they're building with Andrade, though. How Andrade keeps taking the mask off him over and over. And it could be one of those, mask versus career type match situations. Or so, they'll find a way. But I think that's what they're going for at Mania. But he certainly had a very, lengthy career with lots of high profile moments and matches and victories and lots of injuries as well. So I'm sure his body is bothering him at this point.
Yeah, I mean,
his legs have to be robotic.
Yeah, I broke my left knee 7 times in my left knee. I mean,
John Morrison
and
The Miz confirmed that they're going to have a reunion on SmackDown this week. So
see, why? So they're bringing him in right away to be like, here you
right
are
away,
with The Miz.
And they're going right to the dirt sheets. No hesitation about it. No real build up. Just bam, we're back.
Do you think maybe
So,
Morrison will just turn on him at the end, or something like that, or Miz will turn on him, or they'll have a feud together then right away? You think that could happen?
I don't think it'll happen right away, but that might be something that they build towards Mania for. I mean, everything has to have a Mania focus at this point, so.
Yeah, so build them against each other at Mania?
I think we might see them work together for a little bit, and then we'll see them apart. You know, we'll see the split happen. Because when we last saw them, obviously, before Morrison was gone, was The Miz turning on Morrison, so. Then they got drafted to different brands. They were together, they got drafted apart, and The Miz turned on Morrison, and that was it. And then we never got any type of, conclusion to that storyline.
Right.
So maybe they'll address that, and it'll seem like, oh, bygones are bygones, and all is well. They work together, and then Morrison's like, oh, I was just building you up to get my revenge. I mean, it could happen, but...
Yeah, that's weird, but yeah, it could happen. Like, I could see that.
I wonder if Morrison's going to have his original music and the pyro. We'll see what happens, but I am intrigued to see Friday how they work this out.
A lot of people do want to see Morrison is heel, but yeah, I really think he's going to go off and do his own like solo thing. But yeah, that's...
I don't think it'll be a long...
Do you remember how long he signed for? Do you remember how long?
Not offhand.
I don't remember either. I don't know if we really even know, to be honest. There could be rumors out there about it, but while you do that real quick and play a donation, I wonder how long he signed for. He could be regretting it. Here he comes! Here comes Tommy! He's coming down the stairs, and he's... Look at Crystal in the background sucking.
Shout out to the girdles.
Sexy transvestite from sexual Transylvania.
If the AEW and NXT women's champions became a tag team, can we call them Riri?
Oh, God. Mickey K9. That is awesome, actually. Let's cheer for that. Yeah! That's so awesomely terrible. It's amazing.
Super Chat Party.
The real YT.
Rio is doing a Lesnar.
Yep.
Not her fault, though.
Yeah, I don't blame her, but yeah, everyone's comparing it to Lesnar. They're pissed. They're calling her like the female Lesnar.
I hope you
it's fucked up.
fuck yourself.
I hope you fuck yourself. The YT, thank you for the donation. Spaz Phoenix is the top donator. Is somebody going to knock him off his spot? The brand new $11 donation is cringing people out across all of the JCS communities. And if you would like to become a patron tonight, patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show, you guys will be able to vote on the poll. Even if you're only $1 patron a month, you can vote on the poll to get the poll results. 55 votes now, so a few more votes have come in, and still AEW winning. Overall, the better show, according to you guys, 47%, according to the patrons. Get on there and vote. Check out patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show.
Here we go. Oh, no.
King's Rage TV.
Did you know that there are now 4 deathmatch wrestlers in AEW? Did you know that there are 4 goth groups in AEW? Opinion on DDP's in-ring return?
I mean, I don't mind DDP coming back for some kind of match or something. I don't mind that. Mixed tag, whatever the hell it is. I don't care. That's fine. I think it's fine. I think it's okay. I just don't, do we have to see DDP in a segment every week? It's like every week I feel like DDP comes out. And he's popular and I love DDP. I do. But it's like he's always out there. He's always interacting with MJF. That's his 3rd interaction now, I think, with MJF. So, and that's fine, but it's a little weird. King's Rage, thank you. Yeah, I hope he has a match. I'd love to see it.
It'll happen this week in the 6-man tag.
I forgot one.
There you
Now
go.
Terry's 5 deathmatch wrestlers.
Oh, there's 5 deathmatch wrestlers. King's Rage, yes. Thank you, King's Rage. I'm going to fucking burp your face off tonight. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, he'll be teaming up with Dustin and QT.
Oh, right,
this
right,
week.
right.
It'll be the
QT
6-man
Marshall.
tag for the Bash at the Beach.
God damn,
and Morrison
Mookie.
signed for 3 years.
Morrison.
They wanted to sign him for 5, but he said he doesn't want to commit to anything that long. So
3 years?
Yeah.
What a fucking crazy.
Roman wins Rumble, beats Finn, gets booed again.
Gordon from LA. What's up, Gordon? Thank you so much, man, for the $2 super chat, Gordon. Thank you, man. Wow, that's interesting. That could be what happens, to be honest.
Super chat. Super chat.
Do you see Aleister Black versus Brock Lesnar at WM36?
I don't, but I'd love to see that. A lot more than what they probably will do. Roman wins Rumble, beats Fiend, gets booed again. Gordon, good prediction. That could happen, man. Before that, Brian Alex, thank you. And yeah, I could see it, but they won't do it, I don't think. Man, Moki on the fucking Patreon, dude, he wrote a goddamn novel. Look at
he
this.
said he did.
Oh my God, under the voting for the fucking what you thought was better, like some people wrote some things. He wrote a fucking storybook.
A whole dissertation,
God.
it seems to be.
Jesus Christ. I mean, I'm going to have to read that at some point, but...
Yeah. Shout out to the Girdles. I think, honestly, what Tommy was going for, I know he said it was a common saying or colloquialism in his neck of the woods.
Well, no, he said he made it up.
And then he said, "Oh no, I just came up with it." Obviously getting caught in the lie. Girdle, obviously, like the women's tummy tuck.
Right.
I think that's what he was talking about.
That's what we thought he was talking about, but
I'm still sticking to that.
But he doesn't know what he's talking about. We asked him. He goes, "Oh, it's something everybody says." Oh, it's
I tried to
something...
get some inside information from him, and then he said that, well, I can tell you this. I've got a new podcast coming out that he's going to be doing with Crystal. And he's like, and it's going to be a secret, topic. I was like, oh, you can't give me a little bit more? Right. He's like, all right, I'll tell you something. And then he farted into the microphone. So that was my
asshole. What
that
a
was
piece
my
of
inside
shit.
info. Thanks,
what a
Tommy.
Piece of shit he is. By the way, speaking of podcasts, the Honestly podcast with me and Tommy is back on Patreon this week. So look for that if you're a patron. You got to be it's actually at the $10 mark, so you got to be a VIP patron. But it is on Patreon. It'll be an hour long, and it'll be very interesting. We'll try to dive more into what the fuck the Girdles is. But here's a little rant. Somebody really wanted me to find a rant, so I found something. I don't know how cringy it is, but here is a little quick 2013 rant. And it was, I don't know what's going to happen here.
You talk a lot in email.
I don't know. It takes forever for these to load because they're
Your
so old.
soul, when I melted every hope and dream you had of being famous and of getting one up on me because you can't do it. You can be the biggest geek and the biggest dork in the whole entire world, and you can find my IP address all you want. Hell, there's a park right down the street from me. Maybe you know that already. You can meet me at the swing set or at the slides. And I'll hit you with the super kick there. Then there's plenty of sand for me to bury your dead carcass. I'll leave your feet sticking up so that maybe a little child can find you. And they'll say, "Mommy, what's this?" And they'll pull you out of the sand, and the cops and the ambulances will show up to pull your dead body out of the sand. And they'll remove your shoes, and they'll look at you, and they'll try to identify the body. And eventually your face and your picture will get smeared all over the internet and all over the world, and everybody will see you, and you will be identified by your family, probably by your mother and father. And your mother and father will look at the picture, and the police will say, "Do you know who this man is?" And your parents will say, "Yeah, that's our son, the loser." Because you always lost, and now you lost at living.
Oh, what the I remember this was about some guy who was telling me he was going to come find me and kill me and all kinds of crazy shit. See, that was 2013. There was trolls then. 2013. That guy was like, I'm gonna find you and like end you, and he just kept emailing me. I don't know, it was weird.
Said I was gonna fuck Gavin in the butthole.
No, that's Adrian Lopez. That was Justin Bailey's.
Yeah.
Kid.
That's just always one that stands out to me. That had to be one of the funniest retellings. Such an awful situation. There's
cleaning up my system there.
Oh God.
Oh, Drew.
Oh God.
Yummy. Yummy. Yummy.
Breaking news. Every male singles wrestler who is not in a stable right will now be in a stable called the Unstable.
Mickey K9, what up, man? Thank you so much, dude, for the $11 yummy donation. There's so many yummies. Where's all the shit bums tonight? That's what I want to know. Where's all the $5 shit bums? It's been a while. We need some shit bums in the house. Yo, what up, Adam Cruz and Metal Skull and Luke Rojas, who's in the chat. Guys, if you haven't become patrons, think about becoming a patron. We could use you on Patreon. We got to get to 400 patrons again. We got to do it. I'm getting depressed. We have to get to 400 patrons. We are at 378 patrons, which is fucking awesome. And I've got Morning Madness episode 200 coming out. So I want people to hear that. And I want we got to get to 400
celebration
patrons.
there.
If we don't get to 400 patrons again, I'm going to choke myself. So like maybe people want to see that. Though.
Yeah, I was going to say don't say that. People want to
because
see that.
I ended your worthless existence.
You will choke yourself. Now it's
good night and good riddance. My name is Danley.
Oh my god. I can't listen to this anymore. I'm gonna I can't fucking breathe right now, bro. I can't fucking breathe. My name is Dangliers, whatever the fuck I just said. I'm gonna fucking die right now. I'm gonna fucking die. Oh my god, what a fucking asshole idiot. What is wrong?
And good riddance.
You son of a bitch. What else? What other news do we have from wrestling wise? I got some stuff here, but
the Usos will be returning to the ring this Friday night on SmackDown as well. So obviously we saw them come back last week, and now we'll see them take on King Corbin and Dolph Ziggler.
Ooh.
We also have Lacey Evans facing Sasha Banks as their rivalry heats up. Gorilla Strong made a good point before. He was talking about asking how he felt since Lacey Evans has been using her daughter so much in social media.
Right, it's weird.
Do you feel like it's, her using her family to get herself over?
Yeah,
or
it's
is
like it's like to drive home that she's a face. Like they needed
that.
that.
It really, he's like, I don't think you or Joe would use your family, especially at her daughter's age to get themselves over. And it's like, yeah, I agree, but
I wouldn't put anything past me, to be honest. But because I just couldn't give a shit. I'll use anything. But no, but it's like clearly that they wanted to fast track a face turn. And the best way I think they figured was to use the daughter, and she probably wants to do
stuff. The military, time that she spent in the military as well. Speaking of which, that's one of the points that I wanted to bring up.
Sergeant
Slaughter. Yeah,
I knew it. I was like leading into Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah, I mean, many of his stories never seem to add up, unfortunately. And in the realm of kayfabe, if you want to say you're an astronaut or a Marine or what, that's fine. Mm-hmm. But an old article from the Baltimore Sun,
did anyone really
1985 resurfaced?
Did anybody really think that fucking Sergeant Slaughter was really in the Army?
Yeah, because he outright said that he was a drill sergeant, that he served 2 tours in Vietnam.
I served 2 tours. Oh, that's not how he talked. Maggot, whatever the hell he can't even do Sergeant Slaughter. But I mean, come on, I couldn't give a shit. I never believed he was in there anyway, even though he said
WWE even had their tribute to stars who served in the military for Veterans Day, and he was in there as well. So I mean, yeah, I even thought for the longest time that he was in there. They talk about Road Dogg, Zeb Coulter, Steven Cutler, Jesse Ventura, Randy Orton, and then Sergeant Slaughter's right there. Montez Ford. Freddie Blassie, Kevin Nash, Lacey Evans, Barry Saturn.
Take that name off that list.
Yeah, Vern Gagne is on there.
Yeah,
and there's Sergeant Slaughter, and I mean, Stolen Valor is a huge deal, especially
Nice.
It's not a great look, and for them to never rectify that for this long, I mean, he's been a star since '72 in AWA.
How many blowjobs do you think Vince gave him?
It had to be bountiful. We talked about SmackDown in detail, but John Cena's teasing a match at WrestleMania 36. Obviously, he lives in Tampa, so he said, I'll be in the neighborhood. He said, it's not like I call someone up and say I want to be at WrestleMania. Those spots are very coveted, but I'll be close by. So,
okay.
So it definitely seems, and we had heard before that they had planned on doing something akin to last year, the last, few years. We saw him take on The Undertaker briefly. We saw him do the Thugonomics with Elias. So if it's not a match, it'll definitely be a moment. But John Cena will be involved in Mania.
Oh,
which, good, bring him back.
Yeah, I mean, because there's nothing else, I mean, going on anywhere, you know?
Yeah, and I mentioned before about, you know, Rey Mysterio, him being pretty much, they're talking about retiring him at Mania. That seems to be. But another case I want to bring up is Jason Jordan. There was talks that he might be able to wrestle again, and he was interviewed by Chris Van Fish Fillet.
Wow.
And
what?
Yeah,
Jason Jordan? That's crazy.
No, talking to Kurt Angle.
Oh,
and
okay.
Kurt Angle went ahead and said that he was asked about his son, Jason Jordan, his storyline son, half-black son. And he said that Jason Jordan is doing well, and he's finally starting to look like himself again. And he might need one more surgery before he's ready to make an in-ring return. So
wow, I can't even believe that that's happening. That's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't even think that was a possibility. I pretty much, last we had heard is that he'll never wrestle again. We knew that he was a backstage producer, that he was, so I didn't even know that he was still trying to get back in the ring.
Yeah,
but that is an interesting case for him to go ahead and have, one more surgery, and hopefully that gives him the chance to come back. I mean, you can't shit on his dream, but
I hope that they put him back in his tag team where they were good.
Yeah, get Shorty G on the horn and let's get this done. Carmella admits to the plastic surgery she's had. She said, I've had breast implants. My face is real. The only thing I've had is lip fillers. So for all the people that say that my face is fake, I appreciate the compliment. I just know how to do contour and makeup well.
Is it Charlotte?
No, that's Carmella talking.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Charlotte. I was like, oh.
No, Charlotte has recently had facial reconstruction surgery performed by a horse. Just kicked her in the face a few times till they thought it was good.
Well, they all look ridiculous. I mean, to be honest.
I mean, she looks absurd at this point. She's unrecognizable. You can't tell me she hasn't had more work done in the recent past few months, because she looks completely different to what she did almost a year ago.
I don't even care. I
really
don't.
I know, but just from WrestleMania time, she looks night and day different. And that's not makeup. We're talking about contour and bone structure and eye set. All of it looks completely different. So, Kaylee Ray landed awkwardly on her shoulder after a suplex from Toni Storm. She refused medical attention. She was later checked out and cleared. She'll be at this Sunday's NXT UK TakeOver Blackpool 2. So Wesley Blake from the Forgotten Sons injured his foot in the first round match of the 2020 Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. He was seen leaving Full Sail Arena on crutches and wearing a walking boot. He's got to go have an x-ray, and his status is left in the air as questionable. So
yikes. Yeah, that's some kind of fracture.
Yeah. It sounds bad. Adam Cole.
I still can't believe Sergeant Slaughter lied about being a fucking in the army. Like, what a fucking asshole.
So blatant about it too. I mean, for him to
the fib that never
be so adamant, and it wasn't like he said like, oh, I served pulled the Onision, where it was like, oh, I got honorably discharged, but I didn't serve anywhere else, overseas. He said he did 2 tours in Vietnam, that he was a drill instructor. And just had all these, and he's taken so much glory essentially from his his service days. He's gone on and on and on about how he, served here, did this, did that, and all the perks that's come along with it. Think about how many times people said, "Thank you for your service."
Do you know who really was in the army though, Jake?
No,
it was me. I was actually in the I was in the Navy. I was a Navy SEAL for the United States military and the Navy and the Army, and I went through hell. And I'm not talking about being in the Navy as a Navy SEAL. I'm talking about working for Vince McMahon. Have you ever been in a locker room trying to just change your clothes to perform in front of 10,000 people? Meanwhile, there's some rich millionaire sniffing your jockstrap? Because that's what happened to me. It was disturbing. If I never saw somebody that had lied to me, I would have broken their jaw.
You would have beat them down, and it wouldn't have been a conspiracy.
Back in the 80s, if you pretended to be in the military, there wasn't a social media, there wasn't an outrage, there was a fucking beatdown in a locker room.
That would have stayed.
There was a broken arm and a lesson learned. Now
you policed yourselves.
Now what's the lesson now? Just I'm gonna turn my phone off. That's the lesson now. Everyone's bullying me. Oh, I'm gonna turn my phone off, and in 5 hours it goes away. In the 80s, if you made a mistake like that, you would have had a trip to the ER and learned a lesson. Now you don't learn anything but how to put down your phone for 5 minutes. I'm sorry. Oh my God.
Adam Cole won PWI, Pro Wrestling Illustrated Star of the Year. So 2019 Wrestler of the Year.
I have something else to say real quick before you get into that. Do you know 9/11 was an inside jab?
Oh, another one of your crazy conspiracies, huh?
It's not what's a conspiracy? Are you familiar with the Gulf of Tonkin incident?
I am.
Well, that's the government lying to you. And you know what? They've been lying for a long time. Read my book. Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, we'll make another trip to Vietnam and China.
Yeah, that's cool. You got to do the head. You got to have because now Jesse shakes. So now you really got to have the
head wobble.
Yeah, is that you, or are you going to be the one to do it to me? Because I doubt it. I doubt if I get up out of this seat right now that I'll break your arm.
You see, when I'm talking all the time, my brain restarts and my head shifts.
Oh, does it? Your head would you probably should join the military right now so you can lose some weight. That's what I did. I was a big guy. I was always a big guy. Vet. I was made fun of in high school, Jake. And then I became a sexy fucking beast in the Navy.
You went from bullied to chiseled god.
One night, Vince McMahon came into my hotel room and he said, "If you don't blow me now, you're fired." I said, "Fuck you." And I left. I
walked out.
Then I became the governor. All right, sorry. I really am done now. I'm trying to get better at that.
Oh, you got to call the sex line again.
Right.
Monetize this. It's screaming for it.
Oh, the sex line? Yeah, we can. Maybe we'll see.
With Jesse the Body.
You got to have a goddamn. It's got to be a really hell of a show, man. It's got to be like fucking a nutty show to call the sex line.
Friday. It better be.
Friday night, I'll monetize this. Bring it on, people. Usually it's the donations. They get me ramped up. And then because then I got to put $100 on the credit card to call it. It's fucking crazy. Anyway,
It is indeed.
Yeah, it is.
Skype's ringing. So Adam Cole won PWI's Wrestler of the Year. No surprise there.
Uh-huh.
And WWE changed their mind. Originally, they had Chelsea Green debut, on the main roster. Same thing for Deonna Purrazzo. But then they said, wait, we're going to do something with NXT with both of them. And they can have them jump to Raw or SmackDown later on. But now they're going to have them be managed by Robert Stone. So...
Robert Stone?
Yep. Robbie E.
Isn't he going to jail?
No.
Oh, that's a different... That's Roger Stone.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. That's Roger Stone. I'm sorry.
And then what else do I have here? I brought it up before, but major sign that Marty Scurll, obviously isn't going to AEW, at least not anytime soon. AEW announced a free show in Baltimore, February 9th, with Villain Enterprises being there. And it says, a live event featuring the best professional wrestlers on the planet that is absolutely free to attend. So that's a huge deal that they're giving away a free show.
Right.
Doesn't scream like they're dying for attention and money at all. They're not, going under. And then apparently they did throw a bunch of money at him to stay even longer because he'll be there for, their big Mania weekend. So Supercard of Honor will feature the Villain still. So Villain Enterprises will be at Supercard of Honor.
I mean, I thought maybe a month or 2 months of the Villain in Ring of Honor, so I'm not that out on anything yet. I don't think that he still couldn't come to AEW, but we've talked about it a million times how Ring of Honor has dropped the ball big time. They have shit on themselves.
They lost everybody.
Yeah, they have to keep this guy, right? I mean, like they.
Yeah, I mean he's their top guy essentially at this point. He's one of their biggest draws, and I mean his contract ran out November 30th, so now he's just essentially an independent hire, and we'll see what happens with it. But he must have renewed short term, because he'll be wrestling through April with them at this point.
Right.
So I just wonder if AEW had any plans in mind with him. Because, I mean, who is going to end up being? Are we going to see Luke Harper? Are we going to see? Because that could happen in March. Who right now is going to be booked as the Exalted One, the High Leader of the Dark Order? It kind of seemed like Marty fit that role, but I'm curious as to who can be unveiled as the masked leader.
Yeah, I mean,
watch it be another Japanese deathmatch star from the 80s. That'll be someone that no one has ever heard of, and that'll be the big reveal. Hopefully they have a good plan in mind, but we'll see what happens there.
It does seem like they shifted the plan. It does seem like they shifted the plan, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it certainly does.
It's weird.
That it does. I forgot to bring up before.
CJ Movie Reviews, thanks for subbing to the channel, man. What's up? Pour a drink in the chat for CJ, everybody. And then draw penises in the chat, too, everybody. Thanks.
We heard for years that Carmella and John Cena were an item.
Yeah.
And she, in this continued interview that she was talking about before, called If It's on the Internet, she said that was absolutely a falsity. It was fabricated. She said, because we both live in Tampa, people thought we were dating. We were seen in like the same area, but that wasn't the case. I barely know John Cena, and that is far from the truth. We know that she's more into guys with tattoos and that are married, so.
Yeah.
The WWE NXT North American title match is set. I can't wait for that. Obviously, the fallout.
And,
we saw Dominic Dijakovic, Cameron Grimes, and Damian Priest take on Keith Lee in a 3-on-1. No, it was a fatal 4-way,
right.
But they tore it up in the main event of NXT, and Keith Lee won the number 1 contenders match. He's going to face Roderick Strong in 2 weeks for that title, and this is a huge opportunity for Keith Lee. In one sense, I hope he wins. I'd love to see him be the champion here, but part of me hopes that he doesn't win the title just so he can show up at the Rumble and win everything. I know it'll never happen, but I don't imagine him winning the Rumble as the NXT North American champion. So if he doesn't win the North American title, then I hope that that's something they have in mind for him. But I doubt it. So if that's the case, at least let him win the title. I think it'd be a great move, and he's white hot. He's extremely over with the crowd. He's extremely impressive. Let's see him do something, worthwhile and be the champion.
Do you fucking remember what the hell is going on SmackDown tomorrow? Because I have no idea what's going on SmackDown. I can't even remember.
Well, we got the Usos against King Corbin and Dolph Ziggler. They're continuing that Roman Reigns storyline.
Right.
Daniel Bryan was assaulted by the Fiend.
Right.
He put him through the barricade and all that, so we'll get some kind of fallout from that. The Miz and Morrison are going to do their reunion talk, and pretty much the only other storyline besides Otis and Mandy that's happening is Lacey Evans and Sasha Banks and Bayley. And it seems like Sasha's going to unfortunately eat another pin in her career so that Lacey Evans can get the Bayley at the Rumble. So, I mean, there's nothing major, it feels like, but there's enough small things that at least have some competent storyline going on.
Right.
It's not must-see, but it certainly isn't as much of a drag as Raw has been.
Who is it that you want to win the Royal Rumble?
Honestly, Drew McIntyre is who I'd take. We need a new face for Raw. He's getting over with the crowd in a big way at this point in time. He's proven before that he works well as a face. I mean, he did it in Impact. He's only gotten better with time. He's a great wrestler, extremely charismatic and impressive, and I think that would be a great choice. I'd like to see him and Lesnar face each other. I'd like to see him go on a solid title reign to where he starts off as a face and then turns into a heel. But I want the heel version of him like we got in NXT, where he's not, he's working for himself. He's not a lackey. He's not a security guard. He's not I think that would be the best way to have it. Who do you want to win for the men's side?
I mean, I think I really want to go with Drew McIntyre as well, because I think that he's somebody they're building him as a face anyway. So, fuck, why not? You know, I agree with you. There's somebody else though that I was thinking of, and now I can't quite remember
Keith
what the
Lee
hell.
would be another great choice if they were going to pull him up. That's a really solid win. I could even see, you know, who said it before, Denise with Finn Balor, because if Finn Balor wins the Rumble, and what's the story there? He got beat by the Fiend to the point where it warped his mind. You know, now he turned and he's a heel on NXT. So the story could be somewhat of like a redemption thing where he has to regain his soul from the Fiend. And we're going to see the demon Finn Balor take on the Fiend at WrestleMania.
Right.
That would be a huge marquee match to have him actually as the demon, because we never finally got that years back in 2017 because Bray Wyatt was sick. So now we'll finally get the Fiend and the demon to go head to head. I think that would be a great story to tell, but that's far too impractical for what they're going for. The women, I mean...
It's a little early, too, for someone like Keith Lee to just show up and do that. I know they're high on him.
I mean,
but...
Keith Lee could just, you know, have him, if Lesnar wasn't going to be in there, you put him in early and you have him just house everybody. Clear bodies, huge power moves, you know, where he's just chucking people out of the ring left and right. Let him set a new record if he has to, but make him so dominant that the crowd has to bask in his glory.
That'd be nice. I mean, hey, man, give a guy like that like 5 eliminations or 3.
Yeah, I mean, that's what the Rumble's supposed to be about, making stars, you know, making a new top guy. And we've seen it before when people they're over with the crowd, but they're not fully there yet. We saw it with Benoit, we saw it with Mysterio, we saw it with Edge. We saw, you know, you get that person over and send them catapulted right towards Mania. That should be the goal.
Hey Joe, how's it
That's
going?
why I said
CJ's Movie Reviews is another channel for me trying to do something fun and new, plus Drew McIntyre needs to win the Rumble.
Yo, Charles Wright, thank you for the $5. CJ's Movie Reviews is another channel for me trying to do something fun. Yeah, I'll check it out, man. CJ's Movie Reviews. I'll try to find that. I'll search it and see if it comes up. Yeah, I think a lot of people are really on board the McIntyre train. I think that I'm not sure if WWE is going to have the balls to do that with Drew McIntyre. They should, but I don't know if they're going to have the balls.
McIntyre is a Raw guy. I don't see him going against the Fiend.
Yeah.
On SmackDown, and hopefully Cain Velasquez isn't involved, and this is all just bad news, you know, going around, and Drew can win it, and he's the one, or even if he doesn't win it, he's the one to eliminate Lesnar, and that sets up their match. If Roman wins this, but we know we're getting Drew McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar, I'll be okay.
Right.
If they set it up where Drew McIntyre comes out, he eliminates Lesnar, and then Roman or somebody of the like wins, I'll still be okay knowing that that's the match we're getting for Mania.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that. I just don't want, I mean, the Roman winning, I mean, please, God, no. Please, God, no. Like,
yeah.
Please, no Roman Reigns winning.
If it turns out where we get Cain Velasquez and Roman wins, and that's like, you know, twofold, oh my God.
Right.
That would be abysmal.
Oh, God, it would be.
Yeah, Luke Rojas is right. He said the last great Rumble was in 2010 when Shawn was desperately trying to win in order to face The Undertaker.
Right.
And then he got eliminated, and I thought he was going to win that year. I thought it was like set and done. It just seemed so obvious.
Right.
And then he lost. He lost because The Undertaker kept refusing to face him again. That was for Mania 26. He was like, "No, I'm not facing you again. I already did it." And that's when, surprisingly enough, Shawn popped out in the Elimination Chamber and cost Undertaker the match. Remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
That was such an amazing
really
moment
good
for
ending.
that to happen. And he's right. I mean, there was so much story in that return that Rumble. That's why I love the Rumble, though. That's why it was always one of my favorite matches and pay-per-views of the year, because there's so much excitement. You know, you go through the numbers and you go through. There's just so much to it. So
I miss when it was like, you know, like an 85 to 90% chance, if not like a 90% chance, if you won the Rumble, you're gonna face the WWE World Heavyweight Champion at WrestleMania. That was always the best. When you were guaranteed to do that,
yeah,
that is when, things were at their best, because it made the Rumble so important. And on top of that, it made the WWE World Championship, it felt so important. And it also allowed WWE to kind of construct what they were going to do, but they had to decide beforehand. Now it's so far away from WrestleMania that sometimes, you lose a little bit of steam getting there. And now they have to come up with all these other bullshit things before that. And that's too bad. Here comes the Super Chat.
Party.
San Jose Sharks referees.
Joe and Jake just say the word and we'll have Drew win.
All we got to do is say the word. They'll have it done.
Not again. Please, no. That is so scary because can you imagine? But no,
they go ahead and
no. Can you imagine that the San Jose refs come out of the crowd and throw Drew McIntyre over the rope into the fucking, and then the winner is somebody else? That would be raging.
Yeah, they really screw us there.
No, but I'd like to see if Roman wins, who's gonna be pissed off in the chat right now on a scale of 1 to 10? Who is gonna be pissed off, like a lot pissed off? And by the way, another thing real quick, everybody listening right now, I'm going to take calls at the end of the show. Me and Jake are going to, we're either, I think I'm going to drop off. Maybe Jake's going to drop off, and I will take calls if you want to call in tonight. But, it's up to you guys. The other night, nobody wanted to call. Tonight, maybe a lot of people want to call. I don't know.
Actually, the other night, people were telling me they were trying to call. I think it was just a problem with Skype.
Okay, well, that would make sense because it was weird that nobody was calling. I mean, that was...
Yeah, a few people were like, hey, I was trying, so...
Okay, that makes sense because people were... I was shocked that nobody would be there.
Before we get back into wrestling really quick, I saw Jeffrey Epstein is trending yet again on Twitter. I said, what the hell is this about? And apparently the video of when he first tried to attempt suicide,
right?
Oh, it was deleted. They said today that surveillance footage taken from Epstein's cell in the period surrounding his first apparent suicide attempt was permanently deleted by mistake. Oopsie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
officials at the Metropolitan Correctional Center in downtown Manhattan.
The space videos, all the tech and all the way that we can get to the moon has all been deleted too.
Yeah, they inadvertently preserved video from the wrong tier. So the footage from July 22nd and 23rd, it no longer exists. Oopsie.
Wow. Just like all the space footage. How do we get to the moon? Oh, we used to know how to get to the moon really easy in a way, but now all the stuff is deleted. So we can't do the same thing. We have to come up with a different way to go to the moon.
Yeah, we can't replicate what we did for the tech that we had back in the 60s.
Sure we didn't film it in a studio? Because it's kind of weird that you would, one of the most important things ever, you would just, we just got deleted.
We just, fuck it, oops.
All the information with how to get to the moon.
Of coffee on his computer, and that was it.
And the NASA people themselves tell you that. Like, we could go to the moon, but right now we got to think of something else because all the way we did it back then, everything is all the tapes got deleted. Yeah, okay. Talk about bullshit.
Some genius sitting in his basement hasn't come up with 15 new ways with a Samsung smartphone and a stapler. The technology today is so far advanced. It's unbelievable. They basically had the computing power of like one of those smart calculators, the Texas Instrument ones. Hey, that's what they had in the shuttle. So
I also want to say that thank you guys because we did reach the goal. It took 2 days. I was hoping for the goal yesterday, but we did get it today. So thank you guys.
The big nasty sloppy goal.
The big nasty sloppy goal, guys. I couldn't do these shows without you guys donating, so I really appreciate the support that you guys gave. And I know January is a tough time, man. The first 2 weeks of the first of the year this is some tough shit for everybody. I know everybody's going through some trouble, so the big nasty sloppy goal.
Oh, cleaning up my system there.
Yummy.
Oh, good God.
Yummy.
Oh, Drew, you sick bastard.
Yummy.
We destroyed the goal now.
Hey to you and Jake from South Dakota.
Hey.
We had an idea. Give the digital belt winner or auction off a chance to have you record the voicemail greeting on people's phones.
Wow, that's a good idea.
An NPR radio show has their hosts do that, as a fans might love it.
I would definitely do that. I mean, I will do that. I owe the Soundwave that like 9 times at this point. DanH&Cora, thank you so much for listening, man. They are on Patreon. They're badasses on Patreon, and they're badasses here. Yeah, tonight the digital champion is Spaz Phoenix. Well, to Spaz Phoenix, if he won, I'd do the intro or something to his podcast or whatever.
Oh, cleaning up my system.
Oh shit! Here comes another one. Oh my god! Joe's crusty cock.
Yummy.
Oh god! Oh, that's disgusting.
I'm glad you've came back to unloading fat loads in me again instead of in Drew's mouth and all over his grundle.
Oh. Joe's crusty tube sock. That is so nasty. I don't have a tube sock. I don't like tube socks. I never got that. I never got whacking off with a tube sock. I never got it. I shoot that shit everywhere.
Yeah, you go right under your pillow and then you lay down and go to sleep.
Yeah, dude. I oh my god,
it
dude.
helps your hair too.
I spit on it, I slop it up, and it just shoots at the wall, on the carpet, wherever, and then I clean it up.
You rub
later.
it in your chest. It helps your chest hair grow. You know.
Yeah, I used to try to shoot it in my own face, like aim for my face, and be like, oh, so I could be like the girl and the guy at the same time. Oh god, I know that's weird, but I'm telling you, it's one of the most sensual things you've ever done. If you've never try to pretend like you're the girl, like your hand is the guy. The alpha, the guy, and your face is the girl, and you're like, oh.
Try and flick it. You can even put some cashews on the end of your dick and try and slingshot them into your mouth for a snack.
It's so hot, man. It's so hot. It's so unbelievably hot. It's crazy.
I did that once and cracked Courtney up. That's not even a joke. That's the truth.
Yeah. Cracked her
I
head.
fucking used my dick like a slingshot to try and land peanuts into my mouth.
Oh, my God.
I'm not kidding. Made her laugh her ass off, but turn your dick into a slingshot.
Wow.
Hey, party tricks. What kind of impressive magic tricks could you perform?
I can do anything, man. I can make. I'm magical. I'm like a goddamn unicorn. I'm magical, Jake.
I believe it. You can literally make your dick disappear.
Alternative redneck. You are correct. In the chat, you are correct. I want to be the girl. All right, so anything else from you as far as wrestling goes? Otherwise, we'll move to the...
No, that's it. I'll get out of here, let people go ahead and get some phone calls in. I know a bunch of people were trying to go ahead and get through to the one and only Joe Cronin. Hopefully we can fix this stuff out and get Skype working soon enough. I know we were going to eventually try some stuff with Discord, but again, I wish they had a phone number for Discord. That'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be really cool if we could. I mean, I could buy a whole patch phone system in, but it's expensive, you know.
That's a lot of work too.
It's like 200. Yeah, it's just a lot of shit. I don't know, but maybe
it's more than just getting the phone line and getting everything together. That's.
Oh, I got one other thing I wanted to tell you real quick too. Is the votes are in pretty much. I'm going to call it now. 60,
there we go.
60 votes on Patreon. So AEW still won about the same, 47%. So, and then the second place almost did not watch either. So that's
so
how important the Patreon people feel about wrestling right now. But yeah, I have another poll up, and this is kind of cool. You probably saw it earlier. This is what WrestleMania should we review, and I threw a bunch out, and you guys also told us about some you want done. So we're going to try to do them in order of how many votes you guys, I'm going to count up the votes or whatever. But you guys, amazingly, this is weird. I thought maybe 10 would win. But yeah, I said, what WrestleMania? Me and Jake are going to do a review and kind of reminisce about WrestleMania.
Yeah, a little retro.
Yeah, a little retro review.
Flashback.
And it's going to go up on Patreon. It's going to be an hour long, probably around that. And I asked you guys what you wanted the most out of these ones, and I threw a bunch of different ones out there, 10, 12, 30, 25, and something else. And you guys decided on 30. So WrestleMania 30 was WrestleMania where...
Yeah, it was really between 25 and 30, and I figured more people would, either go for something else or for WrestleMania 10, I was kind of guessing, because we've kind of harkened back to that one so many times.
And we've sort of... 30 was not that long ago, and I don't think you were on the show yet.
No, I wasn't on the show yet for that, and I clearly,
But you remember that night, like 'cause
yeah, obviously, I mean,
Undertaker's getting pinned.
all of us losing our mind, but
Yeah, that was nuts. But did you call in that night or
no, I didn't call in, but I watched the show live, and
I didn't have donations yet, so nobody was.
No, not
donating.
yet.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, so that'd be cool to talk about. Go back and talk about WrestleMania 30. I like that WrestleMania. A little bit.
I mean, there's so many things in that WrestleMania besides the streak ending that kind of defined what we were going to get for the next decade.
Was that pay-per-view on the network?
Yes, that was the first one on
That's
the
the first one. Wow. That is the first WrestleMania on the network.
Yes, indeed.
Crazy. I remember building to the network a year before. We were like, there's this thing coming, the WWE Network, and we didn't know how it was going to work exactly.
Yeah, we weren't sure with pricing, and
they were ahead of the game though when it came to that stuff. I mean, obviously Netflix had already been doing it. We'd all been watching Netflix, but it was like WWE got theirs out pretty fucking quick. I mean, we're only seeing the NBC one hasn't even come out. The Disney one just came out. CBS All Access came out about almost a year and a half ago now. So, I mean, WWE was really quick to get on board with this. It's kind of fucking amazing that they did that. It's pretty wild. They're always ahead of everything like that. It's weird, like the broadcasting the pay-per-views the way they did back in the day. I mean, one thing you can say about Vince and everybody over there is they always get into this stuff early.
Ahead of the curve, yeah absolutely.
Except for HDTV. They didn't do that too early, but...
No, but that was less on them, and I guess partially on the network than to USA Network.
Well, I mean...
Because they said they wanted to start broadcasting in HD.
From what I remember...
And rights issues.
That might be true, and there could be double truths here, but one thing I remember is that WWE literally just didn't have the cameras. They had to switch all their cameras.
Yeah, they had to upgrade everything.
And they weren't ready to do that or something. I thought that
But they also said that they didn't want to do the full upgrade unless they were willing to promise them to broadcast everything in HD at the same time. And I remember there being a good back and forth with that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Jason, I mean, I mentioned it earlier in the very, very beginning of the show, but so many people have said, oh, what about CM Punk for the Rumble? And Bully Ray brought this up, so I think that's why that's getting so much traction. But he's talking on Busted Open Radio. Basically, he said it's his idea. He doesn't have any inside info or knowledge. He said, okay, enough about Punk because he doesn't want to do this anymore. He wants to do MMA or his heart's not. He said he feels like all that's like a swerve. And he said the only reason I'm suggesting Punk is not for the shock value. It's for the story. And there is a lot of story between Heyman, Punk, and, Lesnar, obviously. He said, check this out. Brock standing by himself. End of the match. He ran the gamut. Everyone's out. Who the hell is going to be number 30? Punk's music hits. The place is going to go batshit crazy, yes or no? And what would the look on Paul Heyman's face be if CM Punk is coming to the ring against his beast? Who does Paul Heyman represent? Now he's got these two guys, his biggest success in wrestling, and they're standing face to face. They've faced each other before. There's a lot of history there. He said, it would be the story writes itself. It'd be a great thing, but it's just fantasy booking. That's all that is. So,
oh my God, Havoc, this guy Wet Cheeks Blanco on Twitter just sent me a picture of Lars Sullivan in WWE 2K, and he made him have a shirt. The shirt says, "I'm having a great time so far." I'm telling you, man, this is fucking funny. Is Jabroni Jabber here? What up, Jabroni, if you're here, man? I don't know if you are, though, but that is fucking...
I see it right here. That's hilarious.
I'm having a good time so far. Yeah. Can't wait to gomel. That's fucking nasty.
That's too damn funny.
Man, I made a lot of people angry on Twitter today yelling about the AEW women's division. I mean, a lot of people loved it, but there was a few people that were like,
but it is. It's just, it's a mess.
It's a mess. I mean, come on, man. Like, you can't be I mean, listen, I love AEW. I like what they're doing and everything. I've loved it. But this is bullshit. This is bullshit. It has to be called out. It has to be. Otherwise, what are we doing? And, I'm not losing my mind. Like, it's over for AEW. Some people are doing that. Like, oh, it's all over. I told you it would suck or whatever. It's like, nah, that's fucking stupid. That's bullshit talk. Just because I'm shitting on something that's going on doesn't mean throw it all out the window. Come on. They're getting almost 1 million people to watch them. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly.
But the women's division right now is a fucking joke. I mean, let's, come on.
needs a lot of work. That's for damn sure.
Somebody needs some work on their asshole.
Okay. All right, I'll let you get out of here, Jake. My bad, man. Thank you for being here, dude.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you for having me. Hope everybody has a great weekend. We'll see you tomorrow night for Monetize This on the Corrupted Podcast channel, Corrupted Nation. Everybody stay sexy, and I'll see you this weekend for Saturday for the next episode of The Countdown. So make sure you check that out.
Saturdays is when Jake puts his video out on Countdown Ended on YouTube.
That's right.
And now I'm going to take phone calls, so don't go anywhere. We're taking phone calls, assuming it works tonight. See if it does work tonight.
It should. I'll see you in the chat. Stay sexy, everybody.
All right, Jakey. Mwah. All right, so now the Skype should work, because for some reason Jake has to be off the call in order to take calls. Very weird. So, all right, bring it on, motherfuckers. What do you got to say that hasn't already been said? Make it good, though. Let's go. 339-226-6610. And Danny Deadly on Skype. DANNY DELDLY. DEADLY. Jesus. I'm a mess. Give a call up. I will take your call. And you can take my pants off. Or you can throw a donation. If you want to throw a donation at me, that'd be even better, obviously, for my bank account. So feel free to throw a donation out at me, too. Spaz Phoenix is currently the top donator. And now on the phone, we have Broken Lion. What's up, Broken?
Hey, what's going on, Joe?
What's up, man? I was just thinking, I was thinking about putting it in your buttery butthole.
Okay. Oh, that sounds great. Anyways,
yeah.
I just want to know. Okay, before I say this, I'm a casual WWE fan. I mean, which is casual wrestling fan. WWE made me that way. But what do you think of this idea that you're not always really talking about? What do you think about Rusev winning the Rumble? That's Vince's way of pushing Rusev because they made him allowed to be in that stupid retarded angle.
I don't think it makes up for that because that's just, giving him the Rumble because they put him in dumbass angles just makes it even weirder. I think Rusev, honestly, they gave Rusev a chance here, and he didn't really do anything special. I mean, I don't think their angle was very good either, Broken Lion. But by the way, I lost your call. Sorry, Broken Lion. But good question. But no, definitely no Rusev. If they're going to push Rusev, I would try something else with him, see if it sticks. But right now, Rusev's, I'm like out on him, man. Even his acting on this storyline has been weird. The storyline sucks anyway. But 361, hello.
How's it going, Joe? Just calling in.
What's up?
Yeah, the fucking AEW women's division is pretty shit. Like how you were saying. I think the biggest problem, the first problem that they had was putting the fucking title on Riho.
Yep.
Putting her over against Nyla, like it looked stupid.
It did look weird, yeah. It didn't. First of all, it made you think like, I know that people are like, accept the transgender thing and everything. Unfortunately, what's going on is a lot of people don't. Like, they just don't. Like, it's not even that people are trying to be like mean to transgender people or that they don't care. It's legitimately they don't believe that that's a woman. Like, so that is a problem. And I'm not like, it's not that it's a problem in real life. Like, I mean, it is a problem in real life. In real life, it's a problem if somebody, really like, because we all have different workings in our mentality. So if someone's transgender,
right,
like
everybody's different.
You want to accept them, whatever. But yeah, but in wrestling and physical competition, even in wrestling, just like in women's sports, you just can't get past it. And then they had little 90-pound Riho win, so it was already weird. And that's a fact. It's not mean. It's not like, oh, you're not sympathetic or you don't. It's not being mean. It's just is the way it is. Most people
like
aren't accepting
believability.
it. Yeah, no one's believing it.
Right. I feel like with Nyla, like I really don't mind at this point. I think it's more the fact that she's so fucking big and have little ass Riho beat her. Like that's like I know she's a dude and I get that, but like not only is she a dude, but she's like fucking what, like 250 and she got pinned by this little fucking girl, like it's just like just not believable.
Was it a roll up too?
In any sense.
Was it also a roll up? Do you remember?
Because
she rolls everybody up.
Right.
Everything from Rio is a goddamn roll up, like everything.
Yeah. And then like actually like her match with like Statlander wasn't even that bad like in the ring. Like
Yeah.
I think people would have been happy if they would have had like a good competitive match, Statlander go over, you know, like get this shit, you know, redone, like get this division going, but they had to do the whole Nightmare Collective angle, which was fucking stupid and it like ruined everything.
Yeah, that really interrupted everything. I thought they needed to have like a clean wrestling match with the women to like really put over the belt and the match and wow, the sports part of it. And then they should have then gone with the Nightmare thing. I was fine with it. It was
right.
I'm surprised that they didn't sense the audience, that they didn't hear what the audience was saying and be like, no, we need to make sure that we put on a great wrestling match with these two. And now Rio's like, I'm going back to Japan, and she's getting... People are just pissed. It's all falling down, man. Good call, by the way. Good call. 361. Good call. Couple of good calls in a row. If she didn't tell you, you wouldn't know Nyla's trans. Yeah, I know. I think you're right. I think if people did not know that Nyla was trans, it still would be not as believable because she's a monster, but it would definitely be more accepted. I definitely think the fact that everybody knows that she's transgender makes you be like, you can't stop thinking about it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't stop thinking she has the genetics of a guy. I know that she's a girl. I know that she's a female now. And I know that she herself as a person is a female. And I understand that. But she's still working with the genetics of a male. So, like, you can't... I think a lot of people can't get over that. And a lot of people would think, well, it's wrestling. You can't get over that. You can't just fucking... It's fucking wrestling. Like, Chyna would beat up guys back in the day. She had matches with Jeff Jarrett. Like, how can you not just get over that? Like, how can you... Like, I think you're just being ignorant to transgender. No. It's just people don't... They just don't accept it still. It's just a fact. It's not anybody being mean. It's like... Some people just can't get over it. You know, and I think it's a lot of people that can't get over it. But anyway, whatever. I feel bad for Nia Rose because I don't know what I don't know what she can do, you know what I mean, to try to get out of this. It's kind of like how I don't know what Cody Rhodes can do to get out of, like, he's like the owner of the company kind of, or like the runner of the company, you know, and how Brandy Rhodes can't get out of, like, oh, she's like running the fucking show. And, you know, the Jackson brothers are fucking... The Young Bucks are the goddamn vice presidents and shit. Like all of them are going to have to overcome that criticism when they're booking themselves to try not to, like, put everybody off. So it's a giant balancing act with everybody. It's kind of fucking fucked up, to be honest. But, yeah, man, I think we went longer than normal. I mean, damn, we have a lot of people watching for 1:30 in the morning on just Out of Nowhere. I'm going to put this up as soon as this podcast is done. I'm going to put this up and the other one up in audio form by tonight or tomorrow morning. Within the next few hours, I would think we'll have the audio for this show and for last night's AEW review. I'm going to try to get them up on Patreon for download and potentially on iTunes as well, so that you can re-listen or whatever the case is. So hopefully that will be good for you guys. We have 1,349 of you guys live right now. If you can, and you have a cell phone, or you're watching on a tablet, or wherever you're watching, stick that thumb up my ass and click that like button. I need a thumb up my ass big time. And if you haven't become a patron yet, think about coming over to Patreon. I have 30 hours of bonus content that you cannot hear on YouTube. That's 30 hours of bonus content a month. The podcast that I do on my own randomly, where I talk about random shit. The podcast with me and my wife is coming this week. Till Death Do Us podcast. We're on episode 16. Me and Tommy, Honestly podcast is coming. This Saturday night will be Corrupted podcast. And tomorrow night will be Monetize This live on my other channel, Corrupted Nation. So come on over and watch Monetize This. We've been doing Monetize This since 2013 here on the Joe Cronin Show channel, and we're going to keep it going. I actually stopped by and talked to Tommy C today and talked for a second, fucked with him. And I was thinking about when we started monetize this back when he only had 1,000 subscribers, or when he only had 200 subscribers, and I had like 700. Like, it's just crazy. And then within that year, I'd end up hitting like 5,000 subs, and he ran up to 700 subs, and it's years later now. It's just crazy how the whole fucking thing, how the whole world, the YouTube world happened and worked. It's bizarre. It's wild. So yeah, but lots of content on Patreon, and since YouTube doesn't really pay us shit anymore for AdSense and ad revenue, there it is, patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Think about becoming a patron if you can, and join up.
Super chat.
Tons of shit.
Super chat.
Hey Joe, long time no see, wanted to say hi.
Malguli, what up? How you been, man? Thank you for the $2 super chat. What's going on, man? Thank you so much. I wish you could stream live from Patreon without using YouTube. DanH, you can actually. You can use Crowdcast or whatever. It's like $50 a month though for me. I can try it. People said they didn't really like it though. They said I'd rather just be YouTube. I don't know why. But maybe I'll try doing a Crowdcast stream. I could always stream from another website, too, on Patreon. You know what I mean? I could stream from wherever, Plus, we stream on Twitch a lot. I'm live on Twitch quite a bit. We could do it over there on a private video. So there's a lot of ways we could do it. But I don't know. I think that's the way that we've been doing it. So, yeah, it's crazy, man. I've been here 7 years. This is nuts. Watching those old videos is pretty hilarious, to be honest. I've been busy. Yeah, nice. Grinding? Yeah, I know the deal, man. I remember back when I was working 2 jobs and then doing YouTube, and I was like running around, and my wife was like, what the fuck are you doing with YouTube? Why are you wasting your time on YouTube? My wife used to be like, why are you wasting your time on YouTube? And I'm like, I don't know, I like doing it. And then it turned into a part-time, and then it's just crazy how that shit happens. But it was just funny how you go from that to, where we're at now. I remember getting angry over the Xbox controller, yeah. I just saw that video. So here's another classic flip out. If anybody remembers the original Xbox One controllers, the thumbsticks break easy. I don't know why. I break them all the time. Unless I buy the Elite controller. And I kind of flipped out on Xbox.
As a controller just broken in my hands. Has a thumbstick just break on my hands. Unbelievable. This is controller number freaking 3. And guess what? You pay the shipping. You pay the shipping to send it back to them. They don't give a shit about you. I defended Xbox.
Xbox used to have amazing customer service, too. They used to just send you out replacement shit all the time. It was great.
Like crazy.
It's funny because now they don't send you shit. They don't replace nothing. They don't send nothing, I don't believe. So it's funny that in this video I was complaining about paying the shipping. But like 2 years before this, they paid for everything and they took care of it for you. Now we're at the point where you had to pay shipping. But now we're at the point where I don't even think you can find a human being on Xbox customer service. I don't even think they have it.
To all my PlayStation friends, Xbox has done nothing but make me look like a fucking fool and a jackass.
What the hell, man? 2013.
In fact, you fucking morons who went to college, you might as well just take your degree, take your fucking degree off your wall, take the plaque and break it in half, pull the degree
wow, wearing a Diablo shirt as an instant message sound happens. I'm a loser.
Out and then crumple it up and shove it up your own ass. How about that, you stupid idiots? Larry Herb, Major Nelson, I'm standing at attention, and you're standing at attention with an erection in Boogie's mouth and every other suck face you got in their fucking back pocket. You want to talk about the real Angry Joe? I'm the real fucking Angry Joe. I've been doing this years before Angry Joe. Angry Joe isn't that angry. That's broken. This piece of garbage.
That was my fourth or fifth one. I broke a lot of them.
Look at this fucking thing. Want to hear it? Want to hear what it sounds like? That's what it sounds like when you turn it around. You know how I know the other one doesn't do that?
The comments on this video are
what
insane.
A working one sounds like.
People were burying me in the comments.
From the start, you treated every one of your customers like they were a piece of shit. You did it out in the open. And then eventually you were forced to go back on it. Well, guess what? I know that you think we're all pieces of shit.
You all think we're fucking morons. I've been supporting you for 14 fucking years. You don't give a shit about me, do you? You don't give a shit about anybody. I fucking probably put $10,000 in Xbox, but whoop-de-fucking-do. Who gives a shit about me? I defended you to everyone. I told some people to get an $10,000 might be a little high. I don't think it's I don't think I put $10,000 in Xbox. I think we put maybe like $2,000 in or something. Xbox, and they went out and did it. You know how many people I told to get an Xbox went out and did it, and now they're all commenting, "Jesus, Joe, I wish I didn't get it." But you know how many people are commenting, "Good thing I didn't get one," and I came out and said, "Yeah, that would be fine." But you asked me to send this back, and you make me pay shipping. You make me pay $7. Oh no, not $7 shipping. Not that. Not $7 shipping. What the fuck is wrong with me? How about when Google took my video down? That this same year too, there was a lot of. This was probably even more insane than that video. All of a sudden, they want to take away my my monetization and all this crap. YouTube, I used your own song against you, so why don't you be a man and monetize the videos that I have up using music that I was given permission to use? Oh yeah, you know what they did? I got a guy to make me a song. This motherfucker makes music, and he made fucking music, and then YouTube's hit me with a fucking copyright thing. And then I was like, dude, the guy wrote the song for me. He made it from scratch. I told him how to make it. And then I had him in writing saying that he made it. And they still fucking fucked it up. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And I snapped. Hashtag fact. How about that? Uploading fucking stuff that was illegal to upload. I didn't do that, and I titled it properly, and you shut me down. And then I appealed it, and you said, fuck you, we're still shutting it down. You know what that tells me? That you're not reading a fucking thing, that you're not watching a fucking thing, that you're just fucking clicking on shit because you're a fucking robot. And that's all you are, YouTube. That's all you become is one giant robot. Fuck! That's what you become. And it pisses me off because I love you so much and you have all this great stuff going on, but then you got this one little elephant in the room, and the elephant is not an elephant, it's just one giant fucking cunt. That's all it is. And that's what you've done, YouTube. You've done it to big time people on YouTube with hundreds of thousands of fucking subscribers. You've done it to million subscriber channels. You've done it to tons of fucking people, and you fucked us in the ass for the almighty dollar. Fuck! Put a fucking machine behind the goddamn computer and flag people's videos that don't make any sense. Have third parties flagging your shit, claiming shit that isn't even theirs. It's actually someone else's, but you're claiming it just to be a fuckhead. And YouTube's like, oh, we're dumb. You're right, fucking ban. But then the actual company is like, no, we didn't flag that. You can use it. You can use it. And then YouTube's like, fuck you. Yeah, unmonetized. Banned. Fuck you. So this doesn't make any fucking sense. You can use it. I'm using it. Hey, I'm some random person over here. You can't use it. YouTube flagged. Fuck. What the fuck? Fuck. 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 Hey YouTube, why don't you wake the fuck up and smell what the fucking Joe Cronin show's cooking, because I'm serving you your dinner tonight, YouTube. Sit down at the fucking dining table, YouTube. Sit down and order your shit. Order what you want. You sit down there, the waiter comes. It's the Joe Cronin show serving you your food tonight, motherfuckers. And you sit down at the table and YouTube and Google and you say, oh, we'd like the lobster. And then Google says, oh, I'd like the prime rib. I'd love to have some prime rib. But Joe Cronin show comes back with a big cup of whoop ass, and we nail that son bitch down. And YouTube and Google are both knocked out, laying on the ground, choking on their own saliva. And that's what happens when you mess with YouTube.com/Joe Cronin Show. Hashtag fact. Fuck you. Yeah, I had a cold at the time. I think a lot of people remember I was coughing for like 3 months in all my videos. Yeah, I was 28 years old in that video. 28. 27 or 28, I don't know. No, it was 2014. So 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 years ago. So I was 29. I was probably 29. Yeah, I was 29. God damn. I was losing my fucking mind. Not that I haven't recently. Trying to find more. I mean, let's fucking discover some more fucked up videos of mine. It's been a while. I feel like most of the audience that watched back then isn't even here. I feel like there's maybe like 30 of you in the chat, maybe right now. Maybe there's, I don't know, 30 of you. That's it. I don't think there's a lot of people that really actually remember those days that are here, to be honest, which is kind of sad in a way. You know what I mean? I mean, I recognize some people, you know, but there's a lot of new people now. And it's a little bit sad in a way. You know, because it was such a little core of people that really loved the show. You know, that like right now, if I was live streaming back in 2013, 2014, there'd probably only be like, there'd be like 60 people watching. We'd have like 60 people watching maybe. I don't know. Why Cronin always show old videos of himself? He is his own biggest fan. No, man, like, I'm showing videos because it's fucking ridiculous. Like, I mean, come on, man. This is, like, embarrassing. I don't know. It's the end of the show. I don't know. People asked me, too. People brought it up. I didn't bring it up. People said, in fact, I don't remember what people said to bring that up, to be honest. I'm an idiot. I mean, and we're clearly seeing that here. I don't know, man. I don't know if there's any other things I can show that are funny. This might be funny. I'm not sure if this is, or is this the edited version? I remember there's a video like this that is just fucked up, but there's an edited version of it.
Everyone's asking me so many questions nowadays. Now that my channel's getting a little bit bigger, I get more questions. So let's get to those questions. Joe, what do you think of Hulk Hogan? Well, I think Hulk Hogan is one lean, mean, giant masturbation machine, my friend.
Whoa.
He does steroids. He does sex tapes. He does it all. The Hulkster does it, brother.
Well, now he's racist.
I love it. I love the fact that Hulk Hogan is still kicking. I love the fact that the legend is still running around the wrestling world. I love the fact that he's back in the WWE. I love the fact that he and The Rock had an awesome match at WrestleMania a few years back, or quite a few years back now, getting a little bit old, you know what I mean? Gotta start working out. You wanna ask me what I think about Stone Cold Steve Austin? Give me a hell yeah. And I'm sick about talking about Stone Cold as far as him versus CM Punk. Him versus CM Punk, it's not happening. Get it out of your head. Get it out of your skull. Stone Cold, CM Punk, ain't happening. Stone Cold would have been in the ring by now. We haven't seen it, so stop asking. And yes, sometimes at night, I'm thinking about cutting a hole in this unicorn and fucking it. Am I so crazy because that's what I think about? Is that weird? Do you have a problem with that? Then go to someone else's channel, you motherfuckers. People like TMC14, you want to come on here and talk about how I'm some kind of asshole psychopath? Well, why don't we talk about your weight problem? Why don't you go grab another one of these ding-dongs and stick it in your ass and then eat it? Eat the fucking thing, you fat fuck. Go ahead, have another one. I looked at your channel. All you sit there all day is you yodel and play guitar. But you want to come talk about me. You got 3 subscribers, and they're probably all 3 of your imaginary friends. Jarvis, Jordan, and Jingleberry Dingleberry fuck. That's the only people that you talk to on YouTube.
That guy was a loser.
Passing away. Terrible. I'm devastated. I still don't think I can comment on it fully right now because I still can't believe that it actually happened. The United States Championship, or as I like to call it, the invisible title, or the trash can, or the waste of time, or what title? Because Dean Ambrose hasn't defended the fucking thing in a million years. Okay, yeah, maybe he's defended it 5 times on television, and maybe a few times in house shows, but that's about it, WWE. So just take that United States title, put it in the middle of the ring, let Dean Ambrose take a big, stinking dump all over the title belt, let some of the crowd smell it to make sure that it's real, and then throw it the fuck away. How about that? Get rid of the fucking thing because it's meaningless, and start trying to build up the IC title like you're at least doing now with this new tournament. Good job, WWE. You're getting something right in that regard. Joe, is the Attitude Era coming back? no, the Attitude Era isn't coming back. Or at least it's not coming back anytime soon. Sadly, because we're still stuck with this PG horse shit. We still have to watch Sheamus try to fucking go pick out a toy from the Toys R Us shelf and try to insert it into some little kid's asshole. Actually, it's more like he's trying to insert it into the parent's asshole. That's what it's like. You know what I mean? When I see these videos, oh my god, Mom, it's Sheamus! Oh my god, Mom, it's Sheamus! How are you there, fella? How are you, fella? And then the mother's like, hey, look, it's Sheamus! You know what the video I don't know why the mother sounds like Mickey Mouse. I don't know what the fuck that was. Anyway, so what the video should be is the little kid standing there looking at all the toys, and then Sheamus takes a big fucking WWE Sheamus doll and sticks it up the parent's asshole. And then all of a sudden money shoots out the parent's mouth. The kid gets happy and goes home and the parent's bank account is drained. That's what the fucking commercial should be. More shit for kids. Great, good job WWE. You got it right in that aspect. But do we really have to watch a piece of shit product that doesn't have blood? It can't even hit somebody with a fucking chair anymore. All just so you can sell toys. You could sell toys to kids before. You sold some of the most toys you ever sold during the Attitude Era. So why am I supposed to believe that you can't do that now and still sell toys? I don't really fucking understand it. Maybe if the Macho Man was still alive and was still able to make his little secret trips over to Linda McMahon's house, if you know what I mean, maybe she'd be a little bit happier and allow Vince to continue on with the Attitude Era. But anyway, guys, that's all I got for you guys today. Me and this unicorn are gonna go we're gonna go have a drink and watch some sports together. So click the like button and stick a thumb up my ass.
Jesus Christ. Oh my Christ. Oh wait, there's something else.
We still have to watch Sheamus try to fucking go pick out a toy from the Toys R Us shelf and try to insert it into some little kid's asshole.
Yeah, man, he was really trying to sell those toys to those kids. Like, it was creepy. He was like, come on, fella, don't you want me, fella? Ugh. And he was, like, giving all the kids the fucking toys. Like, that was weird. I remember that commercial, dude. When I saw that commercial, dude, I was like, what the fuck am I watching? Like, it was weird. Like, that commercial was fucking weird. Just weird commercial. I remember it was so creepy. Oh, man. What in the world? By the way, if Jesse's listening, Jesse, man, hit me up again tonight. Please let me know you're okay. Jesse was having trouble the other night, and I'm really worried about him, to be honest. I know this is weird to say on the air, but I hope he's okay. Jesse. I'm sorry, bro. Here's another one.
And by God, if things don't change soon, I think me and my buddy Kevin are gonna stop watching.
You're watching the Joe Cronin Show, and I'm the fucking...
All right, somebody called 618. Yo, what's up, man? Call back and I'll take your call, man. 618 called. Call back, I'll take your call. I will take anybody's call. Feel free to call back in. But here's the last one for you, and then see if there's another call coming in.
This moment, when we found out between Stephanie McMahon's breasts is a giant gaping hole of death.
Oh my God, you guys remember that? I remember that, her sternum.
Oh, God, this is good to watch. Like, for instance, this moment. When we found out between Stephanie McMahon's breasts is a giant gaping hole of death. But seriously, though, I don't care how far apart those boobies spread. I'd still smush my face right between that chest and slam them into my cheeks and... Blah! Sorry, Paul. I really do gotta watch what I say, because I think a lot of people think that they may get the idea that I'm disrespectful and I hate everybody. And the thing well, actually I am. I'd like to say let's get off all the sex topics, but how can you do that when you see something like this? Woo-hoo-hoo! Oh, man, I'm gonna start calling her Nipple Bella. My God, holy crap. Between Nikki Bella and Brie Bella, I mean, those nipples, they just want to come out. Just let it happen. Just let it go. Make it TV-14 again. You know what they need to do is start taping their breasts like Sable used to do and other women do sometimes when they're worried about the nipple slip.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, at this point, I mean, WWE's almost probably going to start regulating that they do it, because these boobies are coming out everywhere. You had the screen go blank on Raw. Brie called Stephanie a bitch, which was hilarious.
So these are my hilarious moments of the night on Raw, I gotta say. But nothing beats the Home Alone reaction from this fucking guy. Woohoo! Oh my God, she said bitch! This is how crazy we've all become because we're so used to this PG crap. Somebody says bitch, and any guy over 25 years old starts running around his living room. She said bitch! She said bitch! She said bitch! You've created a monster, WWE. But me and my friend Kevin, we're not going to stop. I hope that was his name. Was it Matt or Kevin? I don't know. It was some fucking generic name.
Mark.
But I think we're not going to stop watching.
Get it?
I think we're going to keep watching, keep bitching, keep staying tuned, and see what you got for us, World Wrestling Entertainment. Who should have signed me to a contract, by the way, and you didn't. You made the biggest damn mistake of your lives. And for those of you with the benefit of watching me on a PC, it's now time for some annotations, as Diamond Dallas Page would say. Bang!
There's no annotations because they removed annotations, so that just looks
and now, everybody,
hilarious.
it's time for my favorite part of the show.
Wow.
Let's do this!
Let's do this!
Let's do this. Let's do Dolph Ziggler versus
Sheamus.
title for title. The person who wins keeps their title, and the other person's title gets destroyed. How about that? That's how you get rid of the United States champion. Do this!
Let's do this!
Let's do this. Let's do Dolph Ziggler versus
Sheamus.
title for title. The person who wins keeps their title, and the other person's title gets destroyed. How about that? That's how you get rid of the United States Championship. That's how you make the Intercontinental Championship a must-see title, a must-have title, a worthy title, on a worthy man like Dolph Ziggler at SummerSlam, no less, the second biggest pay-per-view of the year. Let's go to L.A. Let's get the gold. Let's get the glitz. Let's get the glam. Hollywood. Let's get wood in my pants if Dolph Ziggler wins the Intercontinental Championship.
Wow.
What do you think about that? Let's do this. My name is Joe Cronin.
What
this
the
is the Joe Cronin
fuck
Show.
was I
Click
doing?
the like button and stick the thumb up my ass if you like this video. And if
This was from 2014, so I don't know with Grim. I mean, Grim jacked my. Not only did Grim jack my logo, he also jacked that. Yeah, I mean, come on.
If you like what we have to offer here, please subscribe, join the channel, become part of our wrestling community. Almost at 8,000 subscribers, guys. I'm psyched for SummerSlam. I think by the end of SummerSlam, we're going to have 10,000 subscribers in my estimation. I'm shooting for 10,000 the week after SummerSlam, guys.
I think
double
we did
digits.
hit that.
You can never go back to singles once you hit double digits. You only hit double digits one time, and then you stay that way, and that's how I like to
plus a 10, the 1 is a penis and the 0 is a pussy, so it's right in there.
Okay, so 10,000 subscribers, and to all you guys who are already subscribed, thanks for being here. Thanks for being part of the show. And I just realized that, for the last 5 minutes, I've been doing this. I don't know what the fuck this is that I was just doing while I was talking to you. Like I'm on a fucking surfboard or something. Yeah, check out my channel. I'm a fucking surfing fucking asshole. Hey. What the fuck that was? Anyway, Paul Levesque will never fight me at WrestleMania now that I just did that friggin' homoerotic surfboard thing. By the way, I don't have a problem with gay people, by the way, in case you wonder why I throw around homo all the time. Here, you want to hear all my beliefs in 2 seconds? I believe that anybody can get
Say faggot all the time now.
married to anybody. You can even get married to a tree if you want to. Now, the tree doesn't get benefits, but I think you can still get married to the tree if you really wanted to. If it gives you a boner and you jerk off on the tree, it can be part of your life. I think that's fine. Black and white.
I faded out.
Let's do this!
I faded out of me doing that rambling on about. I love everybody. What in the world? Oh my god, dude, I fucking faded out of that, whatever I was doing. I must have babbled on about fucking whatever, and I probably heard it and was like, what am I, virtue signaling? End this fucking thing. Oh my god, that's too funny. That's exactly what happened. I faded out like in the middle of a fucking, some kind of philosophical fucking virtue signal or whatever. And instead I was like, no, let's fuck that. Cut that off, right? That's what it was. Oh my god, good god. Holy fucking Christ. I'm having a blast right now. Fuck everybody. I'm watching old shit and it's funny to me. How about when me and Tommy C watch Troy do his Owen Hart impression? We've seen this recently though.
I don't know if you're gonna make it to Raw, because it sounds like you're calling from 1993.
Tommy C looks like he's gonna murder somebody in that Adidas Germany fucking football jersey he's got.
No, I'm just kidding. No,
The
it's just
Hawks don't make the playoffs in '93.
Hey, the good thing about calling from '93 is you get some good wrestling.
Hey Troy, where's your beard? Where's your beard, babyface Troy?
For a couple of years, it's gonna be great. Raw's gonna be great. You have a job? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I used to babysit, but I don't do that anymore. I work at a pizza place.
Used
now.
to babysit.
Wow, that's a perfect place to be looking at Raw attitude.
No, I have bought their shit, and that's why I can complain all I want.
No
I put all
anchovies,
this money.
fuckface.
Yeah. What?
No anchovies, fuckface.
I don't even know what that means.
Hey, yo, what you making a PG? You looking at this stuff?
Holy shit, Reckless Jeff's in the chat. What's up, Reckless?
Oh, to go to Steve Austin. Make the fucking pizza.
I'd like to order a large title match for delivery. Hold the jobbers.
Hold the jobbers.
Oh, you're so good on that one. You get your own cam for a minute now.
Exactly.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This is the best show ever.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, you can save it for last all you want, but it doesn't make a difference. If me and my brother Owen would stomp a mud hole in your family, we'd walk it dry, we'd drag you back up to Canada.
Oh my God, Tommy C does look like Shemp. Oh my God, he does look like Shemp. And you know what? I think fucking Keemstar called him Shemp once too. I think I called him Shemp. I think we all called him Shemp, to be honest. I think Keemstar did call him Shemp, though. I remember that.
And we make you play on the Oilers for one day, but we wouldn't let you wear any pads so you die.
All right. So
Yeah, that's why I'm putting the Canada flag in my nose right now.
Is that your best Bret Hart impression?
Well, you are one disgusting slob.
No, but I can do a better Owen Hart impression.
Let me hear it. Oh, God.
why is he? Oh, no.
Oh my God.
Oh, we're never gonna get him on the air.
Hang on a second, 925.
Oh my God.
I can't believe I'm on camera laughing at this. This is not going anywhere either.
That was really fucked up, man. It's to the point where I contemplated like shutting my channel down on a few occasions.
Sean's View called in, of course, in 2014.
But then I said, you know what? After all this hard work and sleepless nights and whatnot, why should I give in and close it down for them?
No.
It's ridiculous.
Don't come on. You shut your you didn't. Tommy's jerking off over here. You can't. Listen, you can't do that. The bottom line is, I don't know what's really happening or not happening. I know there's a circle jerk happening behind me right now. But listen, other fucking YouTuber, you know what it is the people spread lots of shit. And
Tommy flew from Germany to be on my show here. I mean, he flew all the way from Germany just to be on the goddamn show. Come on.
People jerk us off. This is warped, by the way. Who was it that fucking flipped out on?
God, so everyone's making a big deal about it. I don't know how the fuck that got onto the internet. But it did, so people want to say, oh, it's all disfigured, I can't have kids, I can't have sex, I can't stick it in my girl, I can't do nothing. Well, I had to prove a point, and I fucking proved the point.
Well, hey, dude, and all it did was get you more exposure. You shot up right after it, so all the more power to you.
I know, that is the funniest part. When that happened, I mean, it was ridiculous. I mean, my subscriber count, I did it, but boof. I mean, I guess I'll be the next porno star. I don't know. I mean, if I get in better shape, I guess I'll be the next Val Venus.
You know what I think? I think the both of us can take over YouTube. I think if Sean's View and Joe Cronin Show, I think if we fucked each other on YouTube, I think this fucking thing would explode. All right, I'm telling you. I'll come down to Fall River and we'll have sex, and this goddamn YouTube thing will take off like you wouldn't believe. People will fucking lose their minds. I'm telling you. Anyway.
That'll definitely increase the subscriber count on your channel.
Yeah, and I'm comfortable with it because, I mean, I have a girlfriend and kids, so, I mean, what the fuck? If I fuck Sean's View, I mean, that's not a big deal.
Delay and we're watching ourselves.
Yeah. So Sean's View is like saying all this stuff about, well, you know what, fucking this, and then all you see is Tommy jerking off fucking on the fucking delay on YouTube. Like 10 minutes later. It's a good thing he wasn't telling like a sad story or something.
Yeah,
We're
he
seeing like,
almost made me go into convulsions when he said he's going to shut down his YouTube channel. channel.
to shut
Have
down
a
the
pizza
YouTube.
on me, you lying prick. It's Sean's view.
Yeah. We're just doing a big promo for him, which I think is why he called, but that's
Yeah,
okay.
Good job, he wins. Hey, you know what I think, Joe, though?
Yeah. I'm going to make that the thumbnail tonight. I'm going to find that fucking you jerking off. I'm going to put the WWE right there, and I'm going to make it like a penis. Oh, now, oh my God!
Oh, that's better. That's a good idea, too.
Wow.
One disgusting slob.
No, but I can do a better Owen Hart impression.
Let me hear it. Oh, God.
Why is he? Oh, no. Holy shit, bro. We were fucked up, man. We were fucked up. Got a call on the phone here. 925, hello.
Joe, how you doing, bud?
What's up, man?
Hey, I was thinking, I love what you do, man. I love your show, but I don't envy your job because, like, sometimes. Sorry, I was running up the steps when you finally answered.
Yeah, it's all good.
You get guys that you're like hello, and they go hello, hello. And it takes like about 30 minutes for them to finally get through to whatever they're going to say. And it's not just you. You got Solomonster.
Yeah, it happens to
Brian
him.
Alvarez's show. Like, what is it about wrestling callers that?
I don't know what we talked. This is weird that you bring that up because we talked about this recently. It's almost like people don't even know. Like it's like I think we're starting to get into the generation that believe it or not, even though people have radios in the car and still listen to radios, nobody really listens to radio programs anymore. And so all they know is YouTube, and they're like, "Oh, a phone number I can call. Oh, here's my phone. I guess I'll." Yeah, and then they don't know. They don't even.
And it's just culture shock. Like they don't know what to do. They can't believe they finally got through.
It's exactly like back in the day. Remember when schools used to call into something on TV, and they'd be like, "Madagascar school, you're on the phone with." This is Amy.
Because me and you were about the same age. You're 34, right?
Yeah, I'm 35. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm 35. Yeah, so I know exactly what you're talking about, dude. But anyways, I just want to get that out of the way. But I was curious what your thoughts were. I'm sorry I caught on the show late. Have you talked at all about this supposed Jay White's got it, or WWE has interest in Jay White and what you thought or think about him maybe transferring over there? Or do you think he'd have more success than Kenta because he's English speaking, etc.?
Yeah, I mean, I think anybody who's English, and Kenta had pretty good English too, but it's just. I don't know. He was, small, kind of quiet. I'm surprised that Kenta didn't work out better. We were so excited. I mean, Daniel Bryan and CM Punk took all of Kenta's fucking moves, so we were like, oh, this is going to be great.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, Jay White, I think Jay White was going to do much better. I mean, I would think that he would do much better.
Well, and also they took the fangs away from Kenta. You know what I'm saying? The hard kicks, the strikes, all that stuff.
Yeah.
They really stripped them down to be, your player A in generic video game.
Like he had the ability to be face or heel, and you could see the heel in him too. Whereas like Ricochet, he's going to be very hard to make a heel. But Kenta, maybe not as high flying, but you could make him a heel or a face, and it's like he never really got going. All the injuries hurt him, and that they gave up on him because of the injuries. I mean, but honestly, even if he wasn't injured, he still might have not gotten a chance.
Yeah, and last thing, I don't know if you've answered. Sorry if you have, but of the the 2 nights, the 2 main events of Wrestle Kingdom, what was your favorite match?
Of Wrestle Kingdom?
Yeah.
So I haven't seen all the matches yet. I've only seen 4 matches.
Okay.
I've only seen 4 matches. I have the New Japan app. So I keep going to turn it on and watch, and then I keep missing it. The other day my internet wasn't, or for some reason the app wasn't working. So I've got to go. I still haven't. I'll have a whole review video come out though soon. Probably by Sunday or Monday I'll have my review out on the whole thing. So yeah.
Dude, the Okada Bishi match from night 1 was one of the most probably perfect wrestling matches that I've ever seen. I thought it was phenomenal.
I know what happened, but I didn't see it, and that sucks. But I can't wait to watch it, man. I watched. I finally just watched the whole Ospreay match, and obviously he got hurt in the match.
That was incredible.
That was cool too. And I'm not even like the biggest fan
Yeah.
of all that type of stuff, but I was into it. So I might.
You know, one of the things too in the Okada Ibushi match is like, they did, you know, like, oh god, what's his name? The guy was in the other main event. I'm having a brain fart.
The guy what?
Who won everything?
The guy what?
What's his name? Who won both belts?
Oh man, it's fucking.
Christ.
It's Naito, right? Naito won both, right?
Naito, thank you.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Naito.
Jesus Christ.
So,
like the Naito Ibushi matches, you know how violent those got. I like that this one that still had that element of like really heavy spots, but it didn't go like, you know, German suplex onto the iron on the side of the ring, violent, crazy again.
Yeah, it was more. Yeah, I got you there. Yeah, it was clean. I saw that, so most of that match, so I enjoyed that. But yeah, I didn't. Haven't watched the whole thing yet, but it'll come out soon, man.
Yeah, check it out, man. Sweet, man.
wait.
I appreciate you taking the call.
All right, later. Cool. Good call.
Hey, and go Niners.
All right, baby. I'll be cheering for the Niners. Ravens in the Super Bowl. It's happening.
Hey, dude, I'm going streaking down past the gymnasium to KFC if that happens.
You got my buddy too. The fuck. I'm blanking.
Garoppolo?
The quarterback.
Yeah, Garoppolo.
Yeah, Garoppolo. Yeah, man, he's awesome. Like I
Yeah.
met him like twice. Because when we moved, and before we moved, he was like always near the Dunkin' Donuts that we were at.
Oh, no shit.
So it was really cool. Yeah, I really like him, man. Like he was good on the Pats too. I knew it. Dude, when he left the Pats, I was like, within 2 years, he's going to go to the Super Bowl. I'm telling you. I mean, maybe they won't, but
Yeah.
I really think it's Niners.
With the Saints out, dude, I really think our chances are. I'm a real big believer in karma, so I don't shit talk teams. I don't.
Yep.
You know, try to talk my team up. I just say right now that we have a really good chance with the Saints out of the way.
It'll be fair too because we kept Brady. We got another Super Bowl with Brady, and now I think he's going to get a Super Bowl pretty soon. Even if you guys didn't win this year, and I'm telling you, man, this guy's going to win something. He's a gunslinger a little bit. He's like Brett Favre. You know, he does throw some interceptions and shit, but he's wild, man. He's
really cut down on those the second half of the season, though. I mean, he's really coming into his own now with this offense. So,
he did not.
I'm excited for Saturday.
He also didn't do that on the Patriots. Every Patriots game he played, he was like way more accurate. So that's in.
You know what it was? If you've been watching Niner games all season, a lot of those were kick passes. Our receivers at the beginning of the year were very average, and then we got Emmanuel Sanders. And then, what's his name? Deebo Samuel started coming along, and, you know, we got Kittle, who's just a beast.
Right.
But we had Marquise Goodwin. We had, just some other average receivers. So a lot of those were from tips.
Well, I think Brady had a lot of tips like last year, too. Like this year, he finally threw real interceptions, but last year, Brady threw a shitload of tips. So, yeah, it's kind of like a bullshit. All right, but, man, good luck. And,
hey, man, good chat.
Later, dude. Good call. That's a fucking call. Holy shit, guys. A real caller. But I think that's what it is. I think that guy's like around our age and has an idea whatever the fuck. Unknown caller, hello.
Hey, Joe, what's up?
What's up, man?
Speaking of Brady, you probably answered this, but do you see him coming back for like 2 more years maybe?
I think Brady will play 2 more years, yep.
Same team?
That's tough. I think I don't know, man. I can't see him leaving the Patriots, but I could, so I don't know. But yeah, man, I don't know. I'm gonna say that he plays another year for the Pats. 1 more year for the Pats, and maybe 2 more years, 2 or 3 more years total. How about that? 2 or 3 more years, believe it or not. 1 more for the Pats.
Yeah, I see that. I also have one more question.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
How many black guys do you think in a lifetime has Tara Blue?
Oh my God, Tara Drew's wife? Oh, what the fuck? Oh my God, Tara Drew's wife, you fuck! Oh my God. Good God!
I'm a fucking idiot.
Shut up, Drew!
What else we got?
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it. Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Joe, how much money do you need to be paid to fuck the teddy bear on in different positions like doggy style and missionary position?
Well, I probably couldn't do it on YouTube, but I would put it up for you on my website. Casey is Raw. I mean, like I'm naked really banging it, or like I'm just pretending to bang it from all these different angles. Pretending to bang it from all these different angles, I mean, I'd do that for about $100. You give me $100. I'll do that. It's going to go up on my website, though. Tara is fuckable in the chat, people are saying. Now that is sexy. 339-226-6610. Looks like Spaz Phoenix is going to be the largest donator of the stream tonight. Shout out to Spaz Phoenix. I went way longer on this show tonight than I thought I would go. Pretty fucking insane. It was week 7, I believe, of this year when I said I believed it was going to be the Ravens versus the 49ers in the Super Bowl. That is still alive right now. I still have it. If it happens, I think I make like $800. I bet against my own team, the fucking Patriots. I bet against the Patriots because I had a feeling that the team was shit. Well, that the offense was shit this year and something was wrong. So I am fucking excited as fuck. So if you hear me ranting about 49ers and the fucking Ravens the rest of the year, I'm sorry, but I'm excited because I'm fucking a lot of payments. I have a lot of payments I got to make. So there's a lot of things to do. And all the jobs I applied for online they're all hitting me back with like fucking robot responses. That drives me nuts, man. That fucking robot responses drive me goddamn nuts. Yeah, remember when the vacuum sucked me off? Anybody remember that?
Well, would you be reciprocating?
Yes.
That was wild.
We'd, like, make these. Oh, I think that would start to go out the window at some point too. Like, fuck it, like, but you gotta talk like that.
Oh boy, Skype just fucked up on itself. My bad. Skype is shitting itself. Skype is all shitting itself and stuff. You ever had a Skype opened up and it all shit up on itself? Skype done all shit up on itself. Guys and girls and everybody out there. On Patreon, we have the Corrupted Podcast. It happens every Saturday night. The Corrupted Podcast happens every Saturday night at 1 a.m. Eastern Time, which is technically Sunday morning, but whatever. And that is one of our biggest podcasts, biggest shows that I do anywhere. And I don't want you to miss it. So make sure you guys sign up on Patreon. You guys can hear the audio download for $2 a month. And you can hear the live show and YouTube link for just $1 a month. $1 a month.
Super chat.
$2 a month for the
Super
audio
chat.
download.
Joe, you need to be naked and Wiener in the bear.
And Wiener in the bear. Okay, then I have to find out about like legal ramifications. I'd probably put that up on Pornhub. Honestly, though, dude, that's fucked up. It would have to be a lot of money, dude. It would have to be like... I mean, to be honest, it'd have to be like... To do that and put it up online, it'd probably have to be at least $50,000, man. I mean, I don't know. $50,000? Why? How much are you willing to pay? I mean, I'd probably start thinking about it at even $3,000. I'd probably start thinking about that, to be honest. But, because, yeah, I mean, my kids need a house to live in, so... Shit, I might do it for, I don't even know. I guess it depends on how bad the rest of this week continues to be, you know? I guess that depends on that. Yeah. That could be rough.
Mike's harder.
But yeah, here's a clip from Corrupted Podcast. If you're a $1 patron, you can not only if you're a $2 patron, you get the audio. But if you're a $1 patron, you still get the video, which is pretty cool. You get the video and the audio. But if you're a $2 patron, you get the audio download. So you can just download the audio to your phone. But yeah, we were watching these two mongoloids talk about Mike's Hard Lemonade on Corrupted Podcast last week, and this is just too good.
Smashing him into that ugly white trash fucking dish dryer on his counter.
Yeah.
What? Come on, man. People still use those?
Dude, I want to open that top counter to where the point is all the way straight out and throw him eye first into it, like right now. By the way, the podcast is been 3 hours long every week. It's supposed to be an hour long, but the podcast has been about 3 hours long every week, just so you know.
Take that Mountain Dew bottle and just gag the guy on the right with it.
Yeah, man. I want to stick it up his butt, people. What the fuck? Wow.
The fucking music in the background.
It's awful.
This is so bad, man. And this has 60 likes. I don't even, like, go fuck yourself.
Just a couple of fellas having a good time. Laughing.
Wow.
Dude, you could take shelter into that guy's hair.
Yeah. Which
It's
one?
literally formed like a tent.
Which one do you think takes it up the ass? Like first.
The fucking camera falls. That's funny.
Some others off to the side. We don't see which is the best.
Wow, these guys.
It's so
These
sad.
guys may not have sex again for a while after this.
I will say real quick.
Yeah.
That I don't know what's more. What is on the wall on the left?
Yeah, it looks like a big ribbon, like a badge or a ribbon or a present.
Yeah, it's probably the poster they got for their first anal penetration. I was about to say.
It's Tommy.
I don't know what's more
Swastika.
gay: the fact they're doing a Mike Hard lemonade taste test, or the fact they actually spent money on a 12-pack of mixed bottles.
Yeah, that's a girl thing. I mean, if you have a woman at home that's going to drink that, that's cool. But
yeah,
you know.
Together against each other. We got the OG.
Where is it?
The music is goddamn too much. I'm just saying.
Do we need all this? Do we need them like holding up every bottle and like it just going on and on? Yeah. Do we need this? Just drink the fucking stupid thing, you idiot.
Hit that 10-minute mark.
No,
yeah, this guy's like, this bottle's pink.
Yeah, look at it's the same color of that my dad's balls when he raped me.
Jesus.
Black cherry.
What the hell was that?
Wow, wait a minute. Let's go back here because
OG hard watermelon. Watermelon. Black.
Okay, I'm gonna join Skype because I feel like you guys are seeing some stuff.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Yeah, you have to get on Skype right now.
I am.
What in the fuck?
I want him alone.
Dude, kids are on crack nowadays. Like nowadays, when you make a video, you have to have like random other shit just pop up for no reason because you're just so bored.
I will say.
Can I call or are you gonna call me?
Hey, call me.
I will say. Look, as funny as it is, that was so fucking unnecessary to put that in the video.
Yeah, no, it is because everybody's distracted nowadays. So
just
it is
out of
necessary.
nowhere. I want him alone.
I want him alone. Oh, fuck, let's go back and
play
watch
that back again. Oh my god, it was so stupid.
Black cherry. It's so satisfying hearing the bottles rattle.
Oh, it's so satisfying hearing the bottles rattle around.
Yeah.
Dude, I'd like you to take that bottle and smash it across the back of his fucking Gumby head.
We got the OG.
This guy's reverse Asian. His eyes are slanted up and downward.
Jesus Christ, does his apartment know like what's going on? Why are there so many different directions to go?
If the aliens land on Earth, they're gonna say to this guy like, "Oh shit, you're here already. Look at this fucking guy's eyes."
Hey, nothing decorates a kitchen more than a fuse box.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, like fucking random ass fuse box.
This guy,
you know it's an apartment.
For sure.
This guy's eyes are his eyelashes.
Watermelon!
Black cherry.
Oh, I spoiled it. I'm sorry.
Hard watermelon. Watermelon. Black cherry. Strawberry lemonade. We got that peach lemonade and this Mike's Harder cherry lime.
Oh my god, they even went and bought the cherry
Mike's
lime
Harder.
can. Mike's Harder?
Wow.
What the fuck?
It's Mike's Harder cherry.
This one's harder. This is like my boyfriend's dick is harder than yours. Yeah.
He likes cherry. I like lime. It just felt so perfect.
Make sure you get cherry lime, please.
I'm allowed to talk forever.
All right.
What the hell? Calm down, Liam.
Wow, look at Keith Rabarber.
Oh my god, look how excited the guy was on the right. He's like, yay!
The guy on the
He got all
left.
the pink ones. He got all the pink ones.
I will say that.
The guy on the right is definitely the catcher.
Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, the guy on the left, he kind of does look like a model a little bit, so he's like an all right looking guy. The guy on the right is
No, he's really not.
Well, no, he looks like a fairy. The guy on the left looks like he's totally like sucking on a pink.
No, he
dick.
looks like a fairy, but you know.
But I mean, the guy on the right looks like a fucking mongoloid rat. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So obviously, you know, the guy on the right's not getting laid. Is what I'm trying to say. Like the guy on the left, he could get laid, but then he's like, "Oh, but I like dick." But the guy on the right,
yeah, the guy on the left isn't exactly like bad looking. I can't believe we're doing this right now.
the guy on the right is the guy who's not gay, but the gay guy can convince him to suck his dick anyway.
Yeah, the guy on the right is the dude in the opening of It Chapter 2 who gets the fuck beat out of him before the more butch guy.
Oh
runs
my
to the rescue.
Imagine if the door just got kicked open right during the video. This is like a live stream, and
It's fucking Tommy as Pennywise.
oh man, we've broken like
Tommy's like, "Hello, fags, I'm here."
well, we've broken only 7 YouTube terms or whatever the fuck we've broken here.
Imagine if they did a collaboration with Tommy. Tommy kicks the door and he's drinking one of those Smirnoff Ices, like, "I'm here."
Look at the dude to the right now.
Oh yeah, he's made that face before.
With his little shit stash.
Oh God.
What was that? Was
The
that
guy on the left laid a fart out.
I thought
How many like dish drying racks does one kitchen need?
I'm telling you, oh,
Jesus Christ.
that's one of the biggest giveaways that these guys fuck.
dude, I'm just saying, like, that is the most white trash.
You know why I don't think they fuck?
Why?
Because
their house is a mess.
Because that apartment is not done up enough and clean enough for gay guys.
They have
All right.
Christmas lights.
All right,
by
then
the door.
here, they definitely don't have sex with anybody. Then I mean, like, what is going on here?
You can tell they're not gay because of the coffee pot.
Oh, okay.
Look at
okay.
it. It's not a Keurig. It's like just one of the. It's like what me and Joe use, like a little $20 Mr. Coffee.
Yeah, that's true.
But in the fact that they have a little white trash, I'm telling you, man, the little white trash dish drying rack is bothering the shit out of me.
Yeah,
Those things are so fucking disgusting.
that's just when you
really gross.
you move into a place, you buy that. You know, you just
I didn't buy that.
we bought that.
we could have done that. We did. We dried everything by hand before using one of them fucking mold machines.
Yep.
Well, you dry it and then put it in it.
That defeats the point. If you're gonna
Why would
dry
you
it,
do
just
that?
Walk away.
I don't know.
Why would you do?
I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. Is that a VCR right there? What the fuck is that?
I was gonna ask that earlier, but I was afraid everybody would be like, "What are you blind?"
No, it's I don't know what that is.
It's either that or like two old TV dinners.
Opinions on them because I only had Mike's once, and it was the hard lemonade, which I thought it was pretty.
Okay, he's gay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's him.
I'm sorry.
There it is.
Nobody holds the bottle like that.
No.
Okay, then this just isn't his apartment.
This is fucking
Yeah,
ridiculous.
This is fucking Butch Butcherson on the left's apartment. This dude just came over for the video.
Yeah.
Hard lemonade, which I thought it was pretty good. So
Start with the OG.
yeah, dude.
Wow. This music, like,
Yep, exactly how I remember it. Of course, a lemonade has taste to it.
Light lemonade with that with a
No
little,
shit.
with a little touch of that alcohol.
wow.
Yeah, you can just
What
What
the
the fuck?
Oh my god.
touch of that alcohol.
What are they doing that for?
Yeah.
Because I know what it is, dude. They're so boring, and they know it. Like, they are so boring that they know.
How many hits does this video have?
How many hits does it have?
Yeah.
4,469 somehow.
For abusive content.
This is fucking terrible.
You can just taste it just enough to know it's there.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, this like if some girl, I gotta imagine that this is like the type of video where even if the guy was good looking, like a girl would watch this and be like, yeah, I'm not fucking him.
No girl is watching this video, no matter how wet her panties are before she turned this video on. She turned it off immediately watching these two like non-masculine fruitcakes drink Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Yeah.
Leah, be honest. How unattractive are these guys?
Oh yeah, wicked.
Yeah, this is. I mean, I've done some goofy shit too, but luckily I'm hot. So
I mean, what's more gay, Leah? Watching Drew pretend like he's blowing Joe or this?
I can't deal with the part where he like turns around and says yummy.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably gayer.
I have a really hard time watching that. Every time I see that, it's like, oh.
Well, it's because all you see is Drew's gigantic fucking meat lips, and then he just looks into the camera like he's about to propose and goes,
what episode? What episode was that?
I don't remember.
It was like
Here it is.
223.
And Joe afterwards going, oh,
Yeah.
that's disturbing too.
Was it 208 or something? It wasn't that long ago, really, was it? It was like 223 or something. I don't fucking remember what it was. How long ago was that?
I don't know. I hate it though.
Yeah. I've been calling them meat lips. So
I
meat
don't
lips.
know why Drew's lips are like that.
Who
cares?
I mean, they're just huge.
Retard. Someone in the family had Downs.
Oh, come on.
What?
That's not nice.
I'm sorry. Like, it exists. People.
You're insinuating that he has a retard in his family.
No, no. I'm saying that there's somebody in the family, is
retarded.
Yeah, like somewhere in the line.
Yeah, that's different than what I said.
So, like, basically, he's got some of the leftover genetics. What?
Drew got like the hot dog scraps of genetics.
Yeah, like there's a little bit of that in there. So there's a little bit of that look. And by the way, I know people in real life whose family members are, and their kids come out looking a little bit like it too. So how about that? I'm just saying. You want to know why? I'm telling you. You don't like the answers? I mean, a lot of people didn't like Alex Jones's answers either. They got rid of him pro quick.
I miss him on YouTube.
I do, but here's this is for you.
Oh boy.
Oh my God.
Just look how he's looking at us.
He was so excited to do that.
Oh, oh my God, he was. When Joe was like, "Hey, you should pretend like you're blowing me to the table," and he was like, "Woo!" His legs started wobbling.
He was probably like, "This is the best day ever." After that,
But I don't know. That just always sounds like.
What? Was that you in real time, Leah?
That was a clip.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I really thought she was just like bursting in with her input, but could you imagine? Like, there's no doubt that after Joe was like, "Hey, you should pretend like you're blowing me." Drew's like, "Yeah." Then afterwards, we should review Mike's Hard Lemonades.
Oh man, that is. Oh, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Look at his face, dude. His grin.
Dude, Joe, go back about 15 seconds.
That shit stash that he has.
You have to hear that.
Oh, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
Go back more. Go back more.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yummy.
Oh God.
Oh no. Oh my God.
Right there. Go back. Go back.
Stop. Oh, I'm ready to go. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, stop. Oh, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Oh.
God, I hate this so much.
Yummy.
Oh no. Dude, I gotta say, man,
Yummy.
That is so alarmingly gay. That whole thing.
Yeah. We should really
like
get
Drew going, puh.
Somebody needs to put him fucking me in the ass and then put yummy over and over on a loop.
Yeah. Do you still have that video? Because at least that one's kind of funny.
Yummy.
Like,
oh wait a minute.
I'm not amused at all by you and your flip flops, but just the fact you're like, he's back there going, "Come on, Millie."
Here's the new version of this.
Oh my God. Oh, stop. Oh, I'm ready to go.
Ooh, here's the new version of this.
Why are we still watching?
I'm a fucking idiot.
Oh my God.
That's why.
Of course, he's got his hair gelled up in the front. Oh my God.
Back to these idiots.
Oh boy.
You just want to down
See if it gets any better later on.
It's real sweet. I like it.
It's real sweet. I like it. I bet you do.
Yeah, I love the sweeties.
I bet you do. I bet you do, Bambi, you fucking flake.
It kind of tastes like candy.
It kind of tastes like my dad.
Oh, I wonder what he says about
this. Oh my God, Joe.
It's like,
hey, this looks like piss.
This one tastes like foreskin.
This one's almost the color of. This one's almost the color of me.
Dude, look at the guy on the right. What the? I bet he's made that face before.
He's like, I'm drinking my skin color.
It's a little salty.
Oh.
probably like a little bit too much peachy flavor for me. I'd probably give this one
Again, the guy on the left is like, Dad.
a 7.
Yeah,
I'd give this a 7.
Dude, if you were questioning whether or not the guy on the right was gay, keep in mind he just said this one's a little too peachy.
Yep, and I give it a 7. If it's not like it's not that good, but I'll give it a 7.
That's a school shooter face there.
I give his ear.
Oh my God.
I give his ear a 9.5. Like,
yeah, I give his ear XM satellite radio.
yeah, this cocksucker's ear was like fucking. This guy, we've met Dumbo. Hey, if you ever got thrown back over the border again, he could fly right back.
Are these guys against branding? Like, why are they just wearing plain T-shirts?
Yeah, this is weird. Like, I'll be black, you be white, and then we'll have.
What is it like? Maybe they just got everything at Walmart. Like, grab 2 T-shirts and a bucket of Mike's Hard bullshit.
Why are there Christmas lights hanging up right there?
That's what I said earlier.
Oh,
yeah.
It's
a little weird.
It's weird.
Cherry lime. I saw this in the store.
God.
It's a peach, black.
Wow.
So what you want? The
Family, and leave me
How much you want to bet they fucked after this?
I mean, I'm betting the house on they did, so I think we'd have a hard time getting odds between the 4 of us here. I think everybody's taking the over.
They don't have a lot of comments on the video though. I almost want to write "you're gay," but I don't. But I'm like,
ask them if they want to be on the show. We'll have them on here. We'll just call them gay and hang up on them.
yeah, that's a good idea. That's a great idea. But yeah, I never found that commercial.
Leave them a comment. Be like, hey, are you interested in being interviewed right this second?
What was the commercial I was looking for originally?
Oh, Mike's Hard Lemonade.
Wine. If she doesn't drink it. I told this whole story so I could tell you that when he dumped her, and then she smashed her fucking like tape player. Shit.
Well, it says there's no breeding population. It was in 2018.
Yeah, I said actually before you talked about this, I said there was a black bear incident not that long ago.
Yeah. So there you go.
Why wasn't it a white bear? Right there, he almost pulled.
They're in fucking like the Arctic.
His left.
I'm not saying they don't pass through here. I'm just telling you, like, we never see him.
He almost snapped his left Achilles.
The fucking Marvin, he almost fell.
I know he does. Dude, watch his right foot as he takes off running.
Look at this
he
right here.
Rolls his ankle. Watch.
He rolls his ankle right there. Look at it.
Yeah.
And then he's got like trash dragging with his feet. Like there's a plastic bag.
He's like, oh shit.
He's like, hot sauce, damn.
Dude, what the fuck is that random bag over there?
It's probably the Walmart sack. You got the
probably
turkey.
the little kid's fingers.
Boom.
Wow.
Oh, fuck. Look at the goddamn thigh come rolling out.
Oh, right here. That right there. Look at that.
Yeah, that's the wishbone. Yeah, look at that.
Make a wish, motherfucker. Boom.
The wishbone comes right at us. Hello.
Look at this thing rolling. Oh, he blew up its balls. Oh,
like, you know what? Marvin's such a fucking savage. He probably ate the other half.
Yeah. He's like, it's done. I blew it up.
It's done.
I'll eat it now.
Mama, we eating turkey tonight.
You ever blow up a turkey and then cook it and eat it? I have.
Hey, Tommy, you ever raped somebody and made a book about it?
Oh, my God. Dude,
What the fuck?
Did you ever hear that? I called fucking...
I got breaking news. I got breaking news. It's St. Smalls, and I am literally have solved all the community problems. There will be no more issues with Debbie because Debbie is right here in my house, and I'm making her come right now. That's right, Debbie. Come, you cunt.
Oh, my God.
Stop attacking her! She didn't do anything to you!
I ain't attacking her. I'm loving the fuck out of her. I'm loving the fuck out of her, motherfucker. You ain't never loved nothing, you ass and faggot.
You ain't never loved nothing, you.
The top of his head is like...
Oh, my God. That was horrific. Well, anyway, thanks, guys, for hanging out, watching some of the Corrupted podcasts from last Saturday. I thought I'd play it for some people, because some people never listen to Corrupted. Some people don't watch Monetize This, and they don't know about the other stuff we do. And I thought I'd give people a listen. If you want to hear the whole 3 hours, go check out patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Become a patron. Download the app. It's free. And it's not free to become a patron, but it's free to download the app. And support channel, a bunch of extra content, all that bullshit. And Casey's Raw did donate again, so my bad.
A little bit of the bubbly.
What's up, Casey?
Want some bubbly?
Sup?
A little bit of the bubbly.
How about give me the bro price of $3? Help me out.
I don't know, man. $3 for me to get naked on the internet and bang a stuffed teddy bear? I don't know. I don't know if I can do it. Yeah, it's me watching a clip of me watching a clip. That's pretty funny. Anyway, man, thank you guys all for supporting the channel and all that bullshit. Thank you guys very much. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for being here. And I'll see you tomorrow for Monetize This on Corrupted Nation YouTube channel. Come on over. If you haven't subscribed, tomorrow night it's going to get fucked up on Monetize This episode 200 and something. What are we on? 240, 238? I don't fucking know. Anyway, I'll see you guys over there tomorrow night. Good night.
I had about enough of all these filthy motherfuckers talking shit and complaining about shit. How about you shut the fuck up before the JCS army has to fucking tear you apart and leave you for the fucking vultures, you faggot ass fucks. So sick about talking this shit. Always somebody complaining about it. Man, just shut the fuck up, turn it off. You fucking motherfuckers are soft. Eat shit while you swallow my dick, while you suck on my prick, while you eat my fucking cum with. Yeah, put your spoon in your mouth and take it out, shove it up your ass, kill yourself. Grab a gun, maybe end your life. Put a bullet in your head, then bullet in your wife. Except you don't have a wife, cause you ugly as fuck, yo, grab a knife. Slit your throat, you might die. Put my finger to the fucking sky, scream out loud. Yeah, fuck this, fuck you bitch, yo, fuck that man. Fuck you, get it now. Fuck you, get it now. Fuck you, get it now. Fuck you, that man. Fuck you, get it now. Fuck the man, fuck the man. Fuck that Debbie, I'm sick of her shit. Always complaining about this. Eat my shit, yo, swallow my piss. So, you bitch. Fuck you, get it now. 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 Fuck you, Deb A, you gay. So shut the fuck up, listen what I say. Yeah, I'm filled with hate. I was playing nice at first, but then you made it worse. Time to grab my pen, start writing again. Turn you to a hen. I'm a fucking wolf, I'll rip your wings off again. Debbie, shut the fuck up, you stupid goddamn bitch. You make me sick. Yo, Masmira, look into the mirror. Then realize, motherfucking fat ass, you ain't getting thinner. Old man Davey, check your teeth. You cunty ass faggot habit.
Well, that's some old school shit. Is old man in the chat? What up, old man in the chat? Are you here? My husband. My bad. Yeah, good night.
Yo, JD from New York. Don't even get me started on the motherfucking dumbass dork. 5'5", how are you alive? You like a goddamn gnome? How the fuck you survive? Go back to your apartment at night. All alone, pick up the phone, no 800, please fuck me. Oh my god, I wanna have sex with thee. And then no one fucking answers you, cause you dumb motherfucking prick asshole too. That's why House of Glory hired you, so they can fuck you in the back of a gay zoo. Here, give me a kazoo, cause I'll go fuck like that. I'm going nuts, yo, Tommy NC. You got a disease like it's HIV, maybe Hep C. You big fat, look like a pork fuck faggot like fuck to me. Eat shit, yo, I'm fucking freestyling, bitch. You couldn't do this half the shit. You probably make your way through before you give up. Eat my shit, man, I just busted a nut. It's evident that I could be the motherfucking goddamn president. I'm gonna take a sip of my donkeys now. Yo, I'm coming for you, Loogie. You fucking retard reacting bitch. dank ops, you suck cocks. I bet you bang the 2K boss. At 2K, a play date. I'm out, man, thinks I'm straight. Seeing posts is really lame. 4 I'd fuck should be ashamed. Talk shit behind backs, that's a fact. JD spilled the beans, so whack. How you gonna do me like that? Plus I hear your fucking ass hates blacks. Heard about people wanna beat you up for that. What the fuck's up with that? It's just a rumor. Whispering in JD's ear. JD's inside Love Bar's rear. One big circle jerk of queers for years, but not me, I'm real as fuck. I gobble all you fake fucktards up. Stupid marks, you suck. I've been doing this longer than you, so what? I'm the wolf and you're the mutts. I'm made of gold, you're made of fluff. Bruce Blitz, Bruce Bitch. He ran away a long time with his same stupid song. All he ever did was hate on John. He could never be wrong. Stay in your lane, Bruce. I got more fans than you. Now that your whole show is through, my words pierce right into. Shields down, you're in the ground. Website not found. Pasty bitch, Bruce drowned. Always with that frown. I took away your crown. Being laughed at all over the town. Bull's hat turning brown. Stays frowned. Hate to put you down, but it's got to be said. Bitch, your show is dead. You copied my head. It's true, we look alike. I stole your bike. So Bruce, just say goodnight. You quit, never put up a fight. Just turn out the light. Famous fuck, no, not quite. Yo, swipe the light. Swipe the light. I swiped your mic. I called your mom a dumb dead dyke.
Oh my god.
Loogie, what do you really do? This is not a review. Your reaction's forced. Tits hanging out your whore. Reaction's a bore. Boys jerking off to you for sure. Open your mouth with the stupid pour. Period, blood hits the floor. This diss track made you cry for sure. Your nose is cringe galore. You stupid whore. What? Before being a whore, we all know you're probably poor. Hit the bottle from the liquor store. Got plowed, got 8 out. Abortions, check the score. Only 4. Might be some more, but I can't be for sure. Every man on the block at the cock. Stop, slop, drop, and roll. And loogie, stanky, crusty, ugly ass motherfucking pussy hole. I roll. Grimm's toy show. Married to a hoe. His heel wife. Suck my dick all night. I'm your kid's dad. Do you know about that? Generation fat. Curb stomp like you like splat. You silly GTS. Your wife's crusty ass on my fat. Your wife's release my stress. White stuff on her chest. Butthole that I caress. Now there's nothing left. You got smelly breath. Your house smells like bunghole sweat. That's what's up. You know what you do, you fat fuck. You bought a ring. You bought a ring, you play with toys. We all know you play with boys. Yeah, behind the scenes it's nuts. And you grab the... All the motherfuckers out there try to diss me. Bullets must be made but make believe because they miss me. All I ever hear is how you talking behind my back. Better be careful, I will drown you in a bath tub. Tug, blood spilled on a rub. Yo, rubber dub dub, this will go and need a scrub. Looking for a hug cause I fill you up with drugs. Drag you to the porch then throw you over easy. You're no longer breathing. Murder in the season. I do it for a goddamn good reason. Yo, put on some dungarees and... Are you gonna try to talk tough when you're 5'3"? Go get a lawyer, yo, cease and desist me. I cut out your kidneys and sell them on Wall Street. Like your Larry Funk, except your liver is okay. Yo, just fucking go gay. Get over with. I always like gotta hear about your fucking ass each day. I told everyone about a pedo named Stacy. Everyone said I was the bad guy being mean. How you feel now that he fucks with boys 15? DJ forever play, DJ forever pray. Only kid's innocence, I bet he claims innocence. You know he smells underage scents. Need a couple bullets in his hippocampus. You fucking gross bitch. Ross sucks dick. That's why I wrote this rap. That's why I wrote this rhyme. Yo, I can take 5 pussies at a fucking time. Fuck you, DJ, forever gay. Stacy, and fuck everyone who ever fucking talk bad about me. No fucking hate every day, but y'all motherfuckers going Lesnar gone gay. I'm straight up inside your mom's puss. I'm busting nuts. Everybody here can shut the motherfuck up. Joe Cronin is ready. I bought a bunch of guns, and if you wanna step to me, I'll kill every fucking one of ya. Yo, I'll kill nuns, and you will kill none. Take your best shot, you bunch of motherfuckers. It's time for the Raw review, cause this show is poo. 4, 3, 2, 1. Eminem, you wanna talk about mumble rap? You all gonna die soon, how about that? Kiss me outside, but you did. Left you on the ground with a broken lip, broken hip, pants unzipped, cause you tried to fuck some little kid. You dumb bitch, you exposed, and now all you do is pay for hoes. I'ma do drugs, 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 I'ma do drugs. I'm a new thug, I'm a new thug, I'm a new thug, I'm a new thug, I'm a new thug. I'ma do drugs, I'ma do drugs, I'ma do drugs, I'ma do drugs. This is how I roll, finger in the hole of a hoe that's on dope. Insert the rope on a rope, pull it out and make a joke. Me Too movement all over me, like a disease, no apologies. Take my middle fingers, please. Feel the finger on the fucking trigger squeeze. My generation had more mass shootings, of course. Be careful, I will shoot up your porch. Parents divorced, so I got mad. I shot up the fucking court. Be a good sport, they said. Now they is dead. Blood red, nice family. Instead, they bled. Fuck Keemstar, that fat ass fucking scum. I always hated my mom. Always hated my mom. I'ma do drugs, 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 I'ma do drugs. I'm a new thug, I'm a new thug, I'm a new thug, I'm a new thug, I'm a new thug. I'ma do drugs, I'ma do drugs, I'ma do drugs, I'ma do drugs, I'ma do drugs.
I do have a couple mods. My mods just aren't here today.
I might stream today.
WWE is my dad, dude. I appreciate the donations, thank you, but stop the spam about Joe Cronin. Like, I could care less. I'm not really a fan of Joe Cronin. I don't really have anything against him, but definitely not a fan. Joe Cronin and Tommy C are like pretty much identical. Joe Cronin said on his podcast, alright, the fact that I interviewed the swatter would mean that I could be like arrested or some shit, like that I could get in trouble because I interviewed a criminal. That guy is retarded, and yeah, I could care less about him, dude.
Guys, another day in the books, and I want to wish everybody a happy new year, and I hope everybody, cleaning up my system there, shout out to the girdles. That's a letter to